East Texas Sports Network is dedicated on delivering the most entertaining sports broadcasts in East Texas. And if you're interested in having your next sporting event streamed live, visit us online at netsn.live.
And good evening, everyone. Welcome into Harrington Stadium here on the campus of the Brook Hill School. It is Brook Hill Guard football here on NETSN. Another week number 9, and we are wrapping up the regular season. And the Brook Hill Guard tonight hosting Tomball Christian. The Warriors head north in a non-district contest here in the middle of the district schedule as the Guard have their district bye this week. And so the Guard and the Warriors will be starting things up here momentarily. But before that, it is homecoming night here at Brook Hill, and so we will have all that action for you here coming up in just a few moments. Chad Grubbs won't be with me tonight. It'll be Vince Johnson, and Vincent will be joining us here in just a few minutes as we cover homecoming. He'll be getting here as we get going. But let's talk about this Brook Hill Tomball Christian matchup. Tomball comes in with a 3-3 record on the year, and they play a pretty heavy TAPS schedule, I guess. They've played a lot of TAPS teams this year. They played Woodland Christian Academy down there as well. And so this is a team also that Brook Hill saw last year, and Brook Hill went down on the road last year to Tomball and lost that game. And so the revenge factor here as well. Let's go down to the field. Coach Dawkins and Mr. Rhodes are going to take over homecoming festivities.
Welcome back, all of our outstanding alumni. Master of Ceremony for tonight's presentation is our Assistant Head of School, Director of Residential Life, Mr. Sean Rhodes.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to tonight's pregame festivities and the presentation of your 2025 Brook Hill Homecoming Court. We will begin the presentation with our 9th, 10th, and 11th grade Dukes and Duchesses, followed by the presentation of our Homecoming King and Queen nominees, culminating with the naming of this year's Homecoming King and Queen. Start off our ceremony, freshman Duchess, Cameron Chakowski. Cameron is the daughter of Russell and Jordan Chakowski. Cameron is escorted by her grandfather, Marty Ainsworth. This is Cameron's first year at Brook Hill, and her favorite Bible verse is Matthew 6:34. Therefore, do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough trouble of its own. Cameron Chakowski. Freshman Duke, J.R. Yates. J.R. is the son of Brian and Katie Yates. J.R. is escorted tonight by his mom, Katie. J.R. has attended Brook Hill for 1 year, and his favorite Bible verse is Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. J.R. Yates. Sophomore Duchess, Lily Kummerfeld. Lily is the daughter of David and Katie Kummerfeld. Lily is escorted tonight by her father, David. Lily has attended Brook Hill for 11 years, and her favorite Bible verse is Isaiah 41:10. So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. Lily Kummerfeld. Sophomore Duke, Zach Ryle. Zach is the son of Scott and Stephanie Ryle. Zach is escorted tonight by his mom, Stephanie. Zach has attended Brook Hill for 10 years, and his favorite Bible verse is Jeremiah 29:11. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you a hope and a future. Zach Ryle. Junior Duchess, Sydney Schneider. Sydney is the daughter of Jason and Allison Schneider. Sydney is escorted tonight by her dad, Jason. This is Sydney's second year at Brook Hill, and her favorite Bible verse is Proverbs 3:5-6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge Him, and He will make your path straight. Sydney Schneider. Junior Duke, Laurent de Laurier. Laurent is the son of Fancy Goslin. Laurent is escorted tonight by Wendy Gandy. This is Laurent's first year at Brook Hill, and his favorite Bible verse is Matthew 6:25. Therefore, I will tell you, do not be anxious about your life, what you will eat, what you will drink, nor about your body, what you will put on. Is not life more important than food, and the body more important than clothing? Laurent de Laurier. Ladies and gentlemen, we now present to you your 2025 Homecoming King nominees. Jose Emilio Gonzalez Brito. Jose is the son of Jose Manuel Gonzalez Lagunas and Jessica Elena Brito Alvarez. Jose is escorted by Gloria Galvin. Jose has attended Brook Hill for 2 years, and his favorite memory of Brook Hill is winning the state championship in soccer his junior year and scoring the final goal. Jose's favorite Bible verse is John 13:34. A new commandment I give to you, that you love one another. Just as I have loved you, you also are to love one another. Jose Gonzalez. Javier Gavito. Javier is the son of Fabian and Deborah Gavito. Javier is escorted tonight by Miss Natalie Burkham. Javier has attended Brook Hill for 3 years, and his favorite memory is winning state in soccer and being with friends. Javier's favorite Bible verse is Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Javier Gavito. Joash Condrew. Joash is the son of Sean and Sharon Condrew. Joash is escorted tonight by Mrs. Regina White. He has attended Brook Hill for 4 years. Joash's favorite memory is smashing a pie in Coach Collins' face on his birthday. Joash's favorite Bible verse is Philippians 4:13. I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Joash Condrew. Roy Rudzinskas. Roy is the son of Andrius Rudzinskas and Gintare Rudzinskiene. Tonight, Roy is escorted by his house dad, Daniel Medell. Roy has attended Brook Hill for 2 years. His favorite memory is the basketball game against Grace his junior year. Roy Rudzinskas. Daniel Yates. Daniel is the son of Karen Yates, and tonight Daniel is escorted by Amy Lothorpe. This is Daniel's first year at Brook Hill, and Daniel's favorite memory has been playing football. His favorite Bible verse is 1 Corinthians 10:13. Encourage believers to do everything from the ordinary to the extraordinary for the glory of God. Daniel Yates. We now present to you your 2025 Homecoming Queen nominees. First off, Bella Barber. Bella is the daughter of Afton Rumsey and Grant Barber. Tonight, Bella is escorted by her father, Grant. Bella has attended Brook Hill for 14 years. Her favorite memory is meeting her very best friends and her 8th grade Spark trip to Washington, D.C. Bella's favorite Bible verse is Joshua 1:9. Be strong and courageous, and do not be afraid or discouraged, because the Lord is with you wherever you go. Bella Barber. Blair Brister. Blair is the daughter of Ben and Amanda Brister. Blair is escorted tonight by her father, Ben. Blair has attended Brook Hill for 4 years, and her favorite memory is the bus ride to the state softball game her sophomore year. She says that Coach Springer stopped and bought a giant speaker so the girls could blast the song Love, and they went on to win the championship. Blair's favorite Bible verse is Proverbs 19:21. Many are the plans in a man's heart, but it is the Lord's purpose that prevails. Blair Brister. Abby Primer. Abby is the daughter of Greg Primer and Leanne Primer. Abby is escorted tonight by her dad, Greg. Abby has attended Brook Hill for 13 years. Her favorite memory is getting baptized during Oasis Week, her freshman year, surrounded by friends. Abby's favorite Bible verse, 1 Peter 5:7. Cast all your anxiety on him because he cares for you. Abby Primer. Mina Harley. Mina is the daughter of David and Lindsay Harley. Mina is escorted tonight by her dad, David. Mina has attended Brook Hill for 5 years. Her favorite memory is winning the softball state championship her sophomore year. Mina's favorite Bible verse is Proverbs 3:5-6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not to your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge him and he will make straight your paths. Mina Harley. Savannah Onley. Savannah is the daughter of Sean and Tracy Onley. Tonight, Savannah is escorted by her father, Sean. Savannah has attended Brook Hill for 3 years. Her favorite memory is going to the girls' state tournament for basketball for the first time in Brook Hill history. Savannah's favorite Bible verse is Psalm 46:1. God is our refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble. Savannah Onley. Ladies and gentlemen, your 2025 Brook Hill Homecoming Court. The King and Queen will be crowned tonight by Ife Abagunde and Braxton Durrett. Ife and Braxton were the Brook Hill School's 2024 Homecoming King and Queen. Also, please help welcome the 2025 Homecoming Prince and Princess. Princess Rebecca Grace Farrar. Grace is the daughter of Jordan and Carrie Farrar. This is Grace's first year at Brook Hill, and her favorite Bible verse is Ephesians 4:32. Prince Conway David Bray. Conway is the son of James and Amanda Bray. This is Conway's second year at Brook Hill, and his favorite Bible verse is 1 Corinthians 16:13. And now, the moment we've all been waiting for. This year's 2025 Brook Hill Homecoming King is Jose Gonzalez. And your 2025 Brook Hill Homecoming Queen, Blair Brister. We want to say a great big congratulations to the entire 2025 Brook Hill Homecoming Court, and especially to King Jose and Queen Blair. Congratulations, everybody. And thank you all for being here and attending tonight's homecoming presentation. Go Guard.
Struggling with mobility, chronic pain, work, or sports injury? At Azalea Orthopedics, our team of highly trained physicians specialize in complete orthopedic care, pain management, sports medicine, physical medicine, and rehabilitation. If you've sustained a bone or joint injury, have mobility or movement problems, struggle with pain, contact Azalea Orthopedics. We're conveniently located across East Texas, serving 18 counties. When visiting your doctor, urgent care, or hospital, you have a choice. Demand Azalea. At Azalea Orthopedics, your health is our priority.
We have gone insane here at CDL Training Academy. Get your CDL fast for only $2,900. How can we do this?
Because we're a crazy boys.
Get down to Henderson now. Call or click today to get your CDL.
At Brook Hill, our strength conditioning program, the ultimate goal of it is to actually develop a stronger athlete, because we know from research that a stronger athlete is more resilient on the field. The foundation of everything is based off of strength. Research shows that strength training alone can reduce risk of injury by 69%, where no other modality can even come close. If you do not have strength, you cannot develop power, you cannot develop speed. The personalized approach to the weight room is very unique in the fact that each individual and each sport has their own movement needs. For instance, in football, we know that the average play lasts between 5 to 7 seconds. So there's a huge need for power output. If you do not have strength, you cannot develop power, you cannot develop speed. So for football, we are really focused on pushing high percentages during the season, and then in the off season where we can actually push volume to actually gain size, to gain strength, to better prepare you and better equip you for the season to come. Faith plays a huge role in the weight room. The other day we were talking about the word grit. And in scripture, Christ never promises us an easy life. As a matter of fact, he uses trials, he uses tribulations to draw us in a deeper relationship with him. And just like the weight room, you have to develop grit when things get tough. You have to learn how to persevere through things and challenge yourself to come out on the other side to become a better person. Typical class will look just like this. Students will come in, they get in their squad lines outside, and then we go through our dynamic warm-up. The dynamic warm-up is just preparing their body for the things in the past that I'm going to ask of them inside of the weight room. Once we finish the dynamic warm-up, we come inside, we all gather at the whiteboard initially to kind of go over just the general idea of the workout. Of course, everybody's workout is different, but there's a general structure to how I like things to run. Once we break out of that, they go get it logged onto their iPad. They're usually partnered up in just with a group of 2. When they were using their iPads, they need to track their workouts and the weight that they were using, because all of that data gets tracked longitudinally and gets sent over to my side, where I can then track strength trends throughout the year to make sure that we're progressing in the correct manner that we need to. A lot of students last year increased the vertical over 8 inches, which is a ton in 1 year. I've had multiple students shave over half a second off of their 40 times in a year, and I had multiple students increase their bench press, their squat, and their cleans, each by 100 pounds. A stronger athlete becomes a faster athlete, becomes a more powerful athlete, becomes a quicker athlete, and ultimately leads to injury reduction.
There's something spooky going on at Stillwater RV Resort. Tales of old coming back to haunt the guests and the locals alike. Stillwater and CDL Training Academy present the Haunted Bus Ride. Take a trip back to see the resort of old and witness the staff come to life to bring back souls that are so bold. If you dare try to ride, fright and fear will be by your side. For a mere $5, test your luck in hopes you don't get stuck. For 2 weekends only, come to Stillwater RV Resort if you dare.
Keeps Williams fights through the yards, breaks some tackles. Williams still on his feet. Williams breaks another tackle. Here he goes. He's got some blockers. Sam Williams, he ain't gonna catch him. Touchdown, God. 59-yard touchdown run on 3rd and 2 for Sam Williams.
Yeah, whoa. They get set early, very quickly here. Play clock down to 3. Dixon gets it off, low snap. Pickram up the middle, and there he goes. Pickram into the secondary. Pickram is going to go. He is gone. Touchdown. Macho steps up in the pocket, and he gets away from one tackler, avoids another tackler, tries to run. He's still on his feet. Camacho still on his feet. He's still running. Camacho, goodness gracious, he's still going. Camacho, is he going to score? Wow. Touchdown. Quick pass. Brook adjusts and intercepted, and he caught it.
He's coming back.
He's coming back. He's going all the way.
Oh my God.
It's Taylor.
Just let him go. Just let him go.
And a pick six. Kind of stalled him out here. Brisbane got Stewart with a little. Oh, he ran over the defender. A helmet coming off. Holy man. Quarterback Smith. And Smith's in the gun. He's going to go back to pass. Goes out to his left. He's got a man open. It's Bork again. Caught. Bork breaks some tackle. Oh my gosh. He's still on his feet. He's inside the 10. Touchdown, Arp. What? Here we go. 1st and 10. They're going to throw it outside. They're going to double pass here. Going deep. That's Man Scott. What a catch by Man Scott. It's a one-handed grab. He's going to go almost all the way. Just tackled at the one. Highlight reel right there for Man Scott. Oh my goodness, Jason.
I don't think you'll see anything like that.
Woo.
That's not an East Texas highlight reel. That's Sports Center right there.
Man, oh man. What a catch.
Welcome to Guard Country. I'm Wally Dawkins, Athletic Director at Brook Hill. Athletics is a big deal at Brook Hill. In fact, it's a really big deal. That was CJ and Samuel. They're both members of our football state playoff team. At Brook Hill, winning is the goal of competition, but that's not why we play. But we really love to win. That was Kaylee. Kaylee is the 3-time state champion in the 100-meter and 300-meter hurdles. That's Blake. Blake was a member of our state championship baseball team and our state championship soccer team. And he's coached by the Best Preps Coach of the Year, David Collins. Over 20 of our coaches are full-time employees, including our Director of Athletic Performance and Development.
2 more, sir.
And that's Ben and Dallas. They're both members of our state championship baseball team. And Ben might be the next A.J. Minner. We not only work to develop our students' athletic performance, but also Christ-like character, on and off the field or the court. Hey, Juliana. That was Juliana. Juliana's all orange. She played on 4 different varsity teams at Brook Hill this year. At Brook Hill, we encourage our student athletes to compete in multiple sports. That's Carmen. Carmen has over 600 career strikeouts and was our starting pitcher on this year's state champion softball team. You'll hear us say all orange all the time, and we mean it. The culture of our athletic department is unlike any other at this level. And there's Osagi and Remy, both members of our state playoff basketball teams. Do you want a championship athletic program in a Christian environment that prepares you for the next level? Then come join our team.
This is where legends rise and moments are made.
They're still on his feet. Come on, still on his feet.
From the buzzer beaters to the game winners, we bring you the action. Raw, real, relentless. We cover every angle, every story. From the streets to the stadiums.
He's going all the way.
Your favorite athletes. Your teams.
Bork breaks some tackle. Oh my gosh.
Your passion. All in one place. New games, live shows.
Here he goes. He's got some blockers.
This is the future of sports media.
There he goes. Picked up into the secondary.
This isn't just a network. This is a movement.
Ooh, oh, he ran over the defender.
Welcome to NETSN. Game On.
Struggling with mobility, chronic pain, work, or sports injury? At Azalea Orthopedics, our team of highly trained physicians specialize in complete orthopedic care, pain management, sports medicine, physical medicine, and rehabilitation. If you've sustained a bone or joint injury, have mobility or movement problems, struggle with pain, contact Azalea Orthopedics. We're conveniently located across East Texas, serving 18 counties. When visiting your doctor, urgent care, or hospital, you have a choice. Demand Azalea. At Azalea Orthopedics, your health is our priority.
We have gone insane here at CDL Training Academy. Get your CDL fast for only $2,900. How can we do this?
Because we're a crazy boys.
Get down to Henderson now. Call or click today to get your CDL.
There's something spooky going on at Stillwater RV Resort. Tales of old coming back to haunt the guests and the locals alike. Stillwater and CDL Training Academy present the Haunted Bus Ride. Take a trip back to see the resort of old and witness the staff come to life to bring back souls that are so bold. If you dare try to ride, fright and fear will be by your side. For a mere $5, test your luck in hopes you don't get stuck. For 2 weekends only, come to Stillwater RV Resort if you dare.
All right, back here at Harrington Stadium. Jeremy Hubbard here with you on NETSN, and a blast from the past is what we're going to go with. As my man Vincent Johnson is with us tonight. Vincent, man, glad to have you back tonight.
I'm glad to be back, man. This is my first game of the year. It might be my only game of the year. I know because the season's almost over, but glad to be back.
It's so you and I have never gotten to do a game together. You did all our games last year. I was on the sideline. Now I'm up here, and you're back. And Chad actually, who's with me usually every week, he just texted me that he just landed. He was in Chicago all week working. So those of you who don't like Chad, good for you. You don't have to listen to him this week. I'm just kidding. Chad will be back with us next week. But Vincent, we were talking a minute ago. It's homecoming night here, and you know this, man. Homecoming night is just more special in a lot of ways, and it brings in a bigger crowd, and people are coming back. And I see CBS is down there in the end zone tonight doing their pregame show. So it's just a big night in general.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And far as I remember growing up and stuff, you never really schedule your toughest opponent during homecoming.
No. You try not to. Unfortunately for Brook Hill, this home schedule has been very tough, right? They had Grace. You don't want your big rival game to be homecoming either, right?
No, absolutely not.
And just the way the dates fell, it had to be tonight. And it's a weird thing, Vincent, where there's 3 weeks left in the season. You're in the middle of district play, but tonight's a non-district game because the odd number of teams. You got the bye, and so you bring in Tomball Christian, this homeschool team, and I think people in East Texas don't have a good view of what a homeschool team looks like because here, our homeschool, like Tyler Heat, for example, they play 6-man football and they play basketball and they do a lot of other things. This is, you can see them while they're warming up, Vincent. Everybody can't see it, but we can down on the baseball field. There's a bunch of them, and they are big. When you get down in that Houston, Dallas, Austin area and in those bigger cities, the homeschool teams are a little different.
Yeah, they are. They're not like little old East Texas. You may get maybe 15, 20 kids.
Maybe, yeah, for real. And these guys, and what's funny is I remember last year being on the sideline with them. Man, they were massive. And in addition to that, they look like grown men. And I remember thinking, these are men, and we're playing high school kids. What to do? Now, listen, that's all legal and all that kind of stuff. I'm not trying to say that. But it's a good football team that beat Brook Hill last year down there. I don't think they're as talented as they were last year. I think they've had some guys move on, and so the roster looks different. And here's the other thing about this. When it's, they didn't bring a bus to the game, so it's like their parents driving to the game, or they get a ride herever they can, right? So it's 3 hours away. So you don't know, number one, who's maybe not going to show up that's supposed to.
That's true.
There's all kind of things here.
Yeah, you may have some kids that can't make that trip. So
they are 3-3 on the year, and they've played a number of TAP schools, and they've had, success, and it's been kind of an average year for them, obviously, at 3-3.
So they're 500.
Yeah, the quarterback is the head coach's son, Caden Alderston. He's a senior, 6'2", 170. He's thrown for over 1,000 yards, 10 touchdowns, 5 interceptions. He's run it 43 times. He is a good quarterback. He's not going to put up huge numbers because of the offense they run, but he can go. That's the quarterback. Caden Alderson. Now, the guy, though, that to me makes it go is number 2, Daniel Abraham.
Okay.
38 carries, 300 yards, 18 catches for 253 yards. He's got 5 touchdowns total. So he's kind of the guy. He's also the kicker and the punter, man. So he's like Mr. Everything for them.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
I got it.
So Abraham's the guy we'll look for there. Now on defense, they got a couple of guys on defense I'm pumped up about. On it looks like he's a defensive lineman, number 63, Jacob Mull, 35 tackles, 11 tackles for loss, and 2 sacks.
Okay.
Pretty impressive.
Yeah.
I also want to go back because I forgot one guy. The receiver for them is number 88, Luke Harrison. He's caught 27 passes, including 4 touchdowns, but he also has 2 interceptions, 3 tackles for loss. So we'll hear a lot of Luke Harrison for the Warriors throughout the course of the night. It's going to be a great night. I'm excited about this team because it's a good chance. And I think, too, Vince, when it's a non-district game and you got some guys maybe that you're wanting to see what they can do in certain situations, you play some different guys. Maybe you rest some guys as well.
Yeah, and you might even run a couple of plays you've been practicing all year that you haven't even showed anybody yet. So just to see how it works out for you.
Yeah, it's almost worth throwing some things out there, even if you don't want to do it in the future, just to make teams work on it.
Yeah, exactly. So
if you can give somebody on film something to look at, you're doing yourself a good deal. So both teams getting ready to come out onto the field. By the way, our man Braden up on the camera tonight. Braden does a great job as always, and he's showing us the guard coming into the stadium tonight. And the little guys, right? You saw games here last year, Vince. My favorite thing is the little guys when they run in there with the high school players. It's just a sprint around the track. See how fast they can go.
And let me say something real quick. I think I probably say this every year. If you have not been here for a home game, you need to experience this.
It's true.
If you have a kid that plays on this team, I know some of you may live out in Venezuela or Hawaii. I know where, you send your kids off to school and everything. He said, just get over here and just watch one game. The atmosphere is amazing. The tailgating, absolutely beyond anything else I've ever seen in high school sports.
It's nuts.
So, I mean, you need to come see this.
No, I'm with you. I appreciate you saying that because I think sometimes what happens, Vince, is the people who are here kind of lose track of and take that for granted.
And even on this screen right here, you can't see it, but really there's a crowd up there on the track. They're all watching them as they come in. Like it really feels more like a college game.
Absolutely. And it's a unique environment. And Vince mentioned this. A lot of you are watching from across the globe. We know this. And so if you're watching tonight, make sure and tell us where you're at. By the way, Vince, you and I haven't talked a ton about this, but one of the new things for us, we got a big Canadian group this year.
Okay.
And so if I start singing the Canadian national anthem, just know it's because when the Canadians do something, right? You got to.
Absolutely.
But no, I know we have a big, our Finnish group usually is watching the game, and they'll be checking in with us, I know, here for sure. Brook Hill tonight, homecoming, of course. Last home game of the year. On the road, the final 2 district games at Bishop Dunn next Friday night, down in Austin and Brentwood Christian in 2 weeks, and then the playoffs will go from there. As you see the guard taking the field there in those home orange uniforms. And they're pumped up and ready to go. This is a big game, and I know it doesn't have anything to do with the playoffs. It has no implication on what happens, but it's still a big game.
It's homecoming. You do not want to lose this game.
You don't. And they feel like they've got something to prove. This is a team that's kind of been up and down. They've had great moments and some down moments, and consistency has been part of the issue. And this is a good chance in a game that doesn't hurt you to go take care of those things.
Oh yeah, and to build some momentum.
That would be
going back into district.
That would be huge, right? Because the next 2 weeks are teams you should beat. But that's a dangerous word when you say should.
Yes, it really is. Because, everybody knows about trap games, and that's how it happens right there when you think you're supposed to beat this team.
Yeah.
So you come out lackadaisical, and you're just not performing at your best.
And Braden's showing you the Warriors there as they come onto the field in those road all white uniforms, orange helmets. A lot of orange on the field tonight. We are going to go down to the field now as Coach Dawkins is providing us with the presentation of colors, opening prayer, and national anthem.
The colors tonight are presented by the Brook Hill Cannon Guard under the direction of Mr. Steve DeMint. At this time, we'll be led in prayer by Mr. Nate Matei.
Heavenly Father, we are humbled to be here tonight. Thank you for your Son. Thank you for dying for us. I pray that your name is glorified on the field tonight and off the field, and that you keep both of these teams safe. Thank you for everything you give us. In Jesus' name I pray, and by the power of your Spirit. Amen.
Please remain standing for the singing of our national anthem by Miss Gemma James, Miss Michael Ann Tarrant, and Mr. John Starling.
Man, you get you a big crowd here on homecoming night. You get a great performance of the national anthem, and there is nothing left to do, Vince, but
play ball.
The coin flip, and let's kick it off. And excited about this one as the captains for Brook Hill tonight, as has been the case all year. Number 28, Hayden Watson. Number 15, Cole Schluter. Zach Ryle, the quarterback, who you saw a little bit last year when you were with us in reserve action, but he's kind of taken the reins and done a great job in the offense this year. And then number 3 there, Gio Arico, who, of course, we lost in the first scrimmage to an ACL injury, and he's had his surgery and recovering, and he'll be back ready to go. Good news, not a senior. That's always good.
That's always good right there. I was just about to ask.
When they get more time to come back. Captains over there for Tomball Christian, and it's a long way over there. Number 74, Sam Pearson. Yeah. It looks like that's the quarterback. We talked about Caden Alderson, also number 8. And number 50? Is it 50? Oh, boy.
It might be 60. Is there a 60? No.
One of those guys is number 88, Luke Harrison, I see.
Yeah.
I think it's number 56. And I got to be honest, we don't have number 56 on the roster.
Unless it's 58.
It'd be maybe 58. It'd be unique because he's a sophomore. But I'm telling you, those numbers, those jerseys,
they're
are
far
tight,
away,
and you
they
cannot see them.
So
we'll see how this. It is 56. I can see it there on the screen, but I do not know who 56 is. We'll work on that as we go throughout the night. Just a reminder, as always, if you are watching us tonight, you can join in the chat. Let us know where you're watching from. I see Jonas Arahavi's dad is checking in from Finland. I know he's been a faithful viewer of us. And Vince, it's early morning over there, so it's like breakfast. Well, not even breakfast time yet. I think it's 3 or 4 in the morning, so it's like.
So he's up.
Yeah, middle of the night snack in football, I guess. Yeah. If I'm eating at 3 o'clock, I'm either.
That's dedication.
It is.
I want to watch my kid play. I'm gonna get up at 3.
And Yona's done a great job and has played really well over the last few weeks. I was actually talking to defense coordinator David Collins this week about that and the fact that, Yona and Hayden at inside linebacker, their play has really elevated over the last couple of weeks, and that's made this defense look even better. And so Yona has played really well. Still waiting for all the festivities down there and the coin toss to take place. There's a lot of talking here.
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, let's just flip that thing and let's go as we are ready. Also, just a reminder, there is no clock on the scoreboard, so we will update you on the time and the down and distance and all that as we go throughout the night as well. But thanks for watching. We are pumped up here at Harrington Stadium, and it looks like Brook Hill has won the coin toss. Let's see. Yep, they did win the coin toss. and they have deferred to the second half. So Tomball Christian will start on offense. And this is, offensively last year they were very explosive. I looking at the numbers, and that's the hard part, Vince. You don't know, are they putting all their stats in? Do we know the whole story? But looking at the numbers, they don't look as explosive on offense as they did in the past.
Okay. And then I guess, you got to think about who they play.
Right. That's true.
Are they playing tougher opponents this season? That does factor into things. So it's hard to go by just the numbers. You really got to watch them to get that feel and know, like, are they a threat or not?
Yeah, no, for sure. Okay, so as we start things off, I appreciate Chad. Chad does a lot of good things for me, Vince. He's like you're a tech guy too, but he's like my tech guy because I'm just not. Our crowd mic's in a different location tonight than normal. He's like, hey, man, I can hear you on the crowd mic. Well, it's okay, Chad. I'm not going to say anything I shouldn't say. It's all good. We're going to talk normal, and it'll be all good. All right, so Javier Gavito will come in and kick it off for the guard, number 44. And back deep for the Warriors, it looks like number 23. That's one of the guys that I didn't mention, but Caden Goody, a junior player for those guys that goes both ways and does a lot of good things. And I believe on the other side over there, that's number 44, Ian Stavanoa. Now, he has a lot of kick return yards. He also got 2 interceptions on defense. Also, Daniel Yates' mom checking in, Karen checking in tonight from Orange County out there in California. Vince, then from a long way away. And Daniel on the homecoming court tonight as Gavito's kick goes into the end zone. It'll be a touchback.
Okay.
And it'll be 1st and 10 for the Warriors. And this defense that has played really well of late will get a chance to start the game off on the field tonight. And so I expect Vince, and I could be I've been wrong before about a lot of things. I expect them to be very spread out and doing a lot of different things on offense. We'll see.
We'll see what happens.
Mentioned the quarterback in the pregame, Caden Alderson, 6'2", 170-pound senior, throwing for over 1,000 yards, 10 touchdowns, 5 picks. And as soon as I say they're going to spread it out, we got a fullback and in the pistol formation, of course. That's the way it works, right?
Yeah.
So Alderson in the pistol. We'll put that.
We got some
that's
motion.
Harrison in motion, and we talked about him, the receiver. And a little handoff up the middle, and Lacasse Grandin. Greg's going to bring him down after about a gain of 8, and it'll be 2nd and 2. So, hey, look, I love it, man. I personally want teams to commit to running the football more.
Yes.
Hopefully, we can stop the run. I don't think teams can run the football against us very well. But if they're committed to the run, it's going to be a good night for us on defense.
Yeah.
It's easy. It's hard to say that after an 8-yard run, right? But
yeah. And honestly, maybe they're trying to get a feel for what Brook Hill is going to throw at them,
For
too.
sure.
So.
For sure. Alderson now with that pistol formation again. They're going to hand it off to the tailback.
And there's the guard right there.
Yep. They're going to gain.
Almost the whole team.
Yep. He's going to gain a little over a yard. They're going to say he's a little short of the first down. And is leading the way in there on the stop. I believe we got Eli Hall in there, Jonas Arahavi in there, as well as Cody Clark, who has played really well from that safety position this year for the guard. So 3rd and it's less than a yard. It's a couple of feet at most. And we've seen.
All right, here we go.
This guard defense. Now this is a big play early on here. You can really set the tone. And they're spreading it out.
They're spreading them out. Yeah,
trying to get him out of the
I
box.
think they're trying to get him.
There's Lacasse Grandin. The high pass is going to be caught by Harrison. And I tell you, they did that just right.
But can I ask the question?
Yeah.
Was it intended for number 8?
No, it was not. I don't think it was. I'm with you. I think that he overthrew the slot guy and he just happened to go to 88. I'm with you.
And 88 just read it and said, okay, I got it.
And so 10:30 to play in the first quarter, and they convert on 3rd and a couple yards. And they just got a couple of yards there. It wasn't much.
Yeah.
But you're right. I don't think it was intended for Harrison. I'm with you on that.
I didn't think so either.
So now they go to a little trip receiver look, 3 on that far side, and Alderson's going to fake the handoff again, pitch it on the slant right up in the air. Oh, that's dangerous. He's been high now on a couple of passes.
Yeah. He's a little high. He just needs to settle down a little bit,
And that's a good sign for the defense, because if he's going to throw the ball high all night.
Then just like that could have been a pick.
That could have been a pick. Yeah, absolutely. And, man, that's when it's fun. You start getting footballs flying around and you can grab them and go.
Oh, yeah.
It makes the night really fun for these teams. 10:08 on the clock, and we've had I told you before the game, and maybe I jinxed this, but we've had a lot of quick first halves here. And if they're going to throw the ball this many times, we'll be here tomorrow.
Yeah.
Alderson now, there's the pressure by LaCoste Grande, and another pass that was off
now,
target.
I will say, I did not like how he threw that one. He kind of sidearmed that one.
Yeah.
I don't like sidearm.
And I'll even say that on the third down throw a minute ago, it was not a normal throw. I'm with you. It looks a little funky, and I don't know if he's trying to do that. But now they're really in a bind because it's third and 10.
Third and 10 now.
And
they got to get it. So.
This defensive line, once again, is just rotating guys in certain situations. Now you got 2 speedsters on the edge. Edward Park, number 20, in there. Eli Hall, number 50. You got Sidney Rouleau, the Division I prospect, in there at nose. This is a dangerous spot for the Warriors because they're going to try to come get him here. And a quick screen pass.
Oh, wow.
And he's going to catch it.
Oh,
and
he's
have
still
first
going.
Down. Yeah, and that's Abraham. We talked about Daniel Abraham in the beginning.
Yeah, we did.
That's what I'm saying. Listen, I told you, it's these guys are athletic. These are football players. It's this offensive line. If you look across there, we haven't had many teams that are as big as us up front. They're pretty big up front as well.
Yeah.
And you're right, man. It's scary because, like I said earlier, these guys drove their own cars up here. They all rode. They didn't ride a bus. And so they're just kind of getting unhinged and ready to go right now.
Absolutely.
So 9:14 on the clock and counting. Alderson, another quick pass.
It's
high once again.
High again. He can't get that.
It's the same play as a minute ago, Vince. I really think he was trying to get at that time number 23, Caden Goody, again. It's funny because Goody only has 8 catches on the entire year. Now they've targeted him twice.
And he might be the shortest guy out there. I don't know.
Compared to Harrison.
Compared to Harrison. You're right.
And Harrison, the first time, was able to convert on the third down because he was looking. That time, he was not expecting the ball at all. Second down at 10. And Alderson will hand it off this time, and that time it's number 4, Franklin Heward. And Heward actually, Vince, has been the guy that's carried the ball the most for them this year. He's carried it 45 times, but only for about 270 yards. So he hasn't been
he's not dynamic.
He's not a big play guy.
But if they're giving him that many carries, obviously he's a workhorse. So
and we're saying that, and he gained 6. And it's 3rd and 4 now as the clock hits at 8:42 and counting. Yeah, they've got, we talk about Brook Hill a lot over the course of the year. Has had multiple guys they can sub in and out and play, and we've seen that from the Warriors as well. Now, look over here, Vince, on this near side. They've switched Harrison and Goody. Harrison's in the slot now. And they're trying to get to Goody again.
So let me explain this. I'm pretty sure, and I knew it the second time I saw it. I bet you that dude might be the fastest guy out there.
He's probably pretty quick.
And they're trying their best to get to him and get to him early.
And lucky for us, he's throwing it high to everybody.
He's throwing it high. And that's why they keep going back to him.
He was able to catch it that time.
But he's having to jump so high off the ground to get it, he can't get going.
Yeah, I believe that's Casper Hansen over here, number 4 for the guard, able to bring him down. 7:58 and counting, and it's 4th and 3. And there's no doubt they're going to go for it here. They're not interested in punting or anything else. And they're going to go under center here. They got a little bunch formation at the top. This is interesting. We have not seen this a lot. And they're just going to try to run the quarterback. And it looks like they're going to have the first down. I didn't know if they got set or not. They say the ball is out, but it will be recovered by the Warriors. Interesting play call there. It's one thing to sneak it on 4th and 1, Vince, but they tried to sneak it there on 4th and 4.
Mm-hmm.
And that was not the play that I expected in that situation at all. So 7:20 and counting now, and the Warriors just continuing this. It hasn't been a dynamic drive. It hasn't been explosive, but they've done just enough to convert on 3rd and 4th down.
Yeah.
So Alderson now back in the pistol. Under 7 minutes to play now in the first quarter. Send it back over there, and Alderson's going to hand it off once again to number 4, Heward. And so it's now without seeing film of these guys, you kind of see it now, right? Like Heward's the guy when they're trying to get a couple yards or trying just to kind of run the power game. And then when they want to go fast, they're going to give it to Goody in the back or out of the slot, and they're going to give it to Daniel Abraham. 6.5 minutes and counting here. And it's 2nd down and 9. And this guard defense here, they got to figure some things out. They're moving guys around that defensive line. They've done that a lot. It's Alderson now. Looking over the defense. Looking to pass. Goes in the slot. That time he got Goody that time. It was a much better pass.
Much better pass. But the guard is they're staying home. They're making sure ain't nobody getting behind them. So
yeah, and it's a gain of 5, and it brings up 3rd down and 4. No, you're right. That time, obviously, the defensive coaches feel like they've been watching film because when Goody was there was 3 guys around him pretty quick.
Yeah.
5:45 and counting. This is a good drive here for the Warriors.
It really is. I mean, when you can convert 3rd downs like that, I mean,
yeah.
I don't care if you're only getting 4 yards of play. Like, it works.
3rd down and 4. Alderson.
Oh,
that's a high ball.
High.
Yeah, he oh my God!
Did he
almost
catch that?
caught it. No, he didn't catch it.
Oh, I couldn't see.
But it was a lot closer than I thought when he threw it. When he threw that ball looking for number 2, Daniel Abraham, I thought that it was going to be way out there. I thought he had no shot at catching it.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, if the field was 3 yards wider, I think it was a catch.
Yeah. Wow, that's impressive. I really thought he had no chance.
So 4th down and 4 now from the 31. 5:23 to play in the first quarter. Obviously, they're going to go for it. They went for it on the last time. They have a kicker, and it's Daniel Abraham. I don't know if he's got the leg to do a whole lot. But it's 4th and 4, 5:23 on the clock. Big 4th down here for this defense. A great chance to end this drive as they are going to hand it off to Abraham. Abraham up the middle. It's close.
People,
Let's see. I think he's short.
Yeah, I think he is too. I don't think he got it. I mean, it was a good run, but
it wasn't a good run. But he's a yard short, and the guard defense holds on 4th down.
Wow. That's how you get it done.
You talking about bend, don't break. There you go, right? I mean, let them take 6 and – at 5:14 on the clock. It's a 6-minute, 46-second drive with no points.
They took a lot of time off the clock.
So now this offense.
Let's see. I haven't gotten a chance to see them this year. I've been asking questions.
They had a ton of points last week and a chance now to get this offense going again. And we're going to start with both backs in the backfield. Number 0, Grant Gandy back there. Also number 24, P.A. LaPointe. And LaPointe is as dynamic as a back as you'll see anywhere, Vince. Just at some point tonight, he's going to make you go, wow, because that's just what P.A. does. Ryle on 1st and 10. Takes a snap and hands off to P.A. P.A. left side. There he goes.
There it is.
35-40.
There it is.
45-50.
Oh, he's 45-40. That's it right there.
35.
Get off of
30. 25. P.A. LaPointe. Just give it to 24.
Oh, he wanted all of it.
I'm telling you, Vince, we just say it all the time. Give it to 24.
Wow.
And it's a 1st down all the way down to the Warrior 24-yard line. I love it when a guy makes me look smart. 4:56 and counting. 51-yard gain for P.A. LaPointe. And the guard now have it 1st and 10 at the 24. Ryle with P.A. to his left. Going to give it to him again. Why not? Keep handing him the rock. P.A. Going to be brought down pretty quick there by number 10, Houston Bynum, the outside linebacker for the Warriors. And Bynum's a good-looking kid. 6'2", 200 is what they list him at, and he looks every bit of that.
Yeah, he absolutely does.
2nd down and 10. Now, we laugh a lot about P.A., Vince. You've never seen him outside of his uniform, but
no.
When you see the kid just walking down the hallway or walking around the campus, you're like, there's no chance this guy's the running back that he is. But when the helmet goes on, he is a whole different animal.
Yeah.
And they're going to give it to him again. P.A. out the left side. Inside the 20, and he's down to the 18-yard line, a gain of 6. It'll be 3rd down and 4.
7. It's going to make it 3rd and 3 for Brook Hill.
Now, if the Warriors want to stop this drive, they obviously are going to have to get big up front.
You know, you haven't seen this offensive line.
But I was just about to say, this offensive line looks bigger.
They're massive. Hey, and listen, they just have that extra edge, right? Like they are just so physical. 72, the left tackle, Sidney Rouleau, got a ton of Division I offers. 74, my man Larry, another Canadian, is a big-time offensive lineman. They are big, and they're young, actually. And the handoff goes to P.A. P.A. up the middle across the 15. He's going to be about a yard shy of the first down.
Yeah, a little short.
Now, here's what Brook Hill has the option of that it looks like Tomball doesn't, is you have Javier Gavito over here on the sideline, the kicker. He's definitely got the leg for this field goal, but, I like this. 4th and 1, set the tone and go get it. The clock's at 3:12 and counting. World's fastest first quarter. I'm okay with that. 4th down and a yard. Here we go. 2 backs in the backfield. Gandy's to the left, LaPointe's to the right. Schluter in at the fullback. And they try to draw him off. And they're going to call a false start. They're going to say that the offensive player moved first. That is that is not good. That is – I try not to make these calls. I try not to get on them, Vince.
You know, okay. Let me say this.
I think the White Hats
like
stepped in, though. Let's see. The White Hats they're going to call – they're going to say it's a delay of game. I'm fine with that.
Okay. Because I feel like the movement is the lineman pointing out, you know, that your defensive tackle is the one that's jumping off sides.
Yep. No, that's a good – listen, we've had this crew before this year. I'm actually really happy they got that one right because that's a good call there. The defense makes the offense move, and you got to give them that. 1st down and goal here from the 10 for the guard.
1st and goal, Brook Hill.
Double tight end formation. We've seen this a little bit out of Brook Hill this year. And Ryle looking to pass. Looking into the corner of the end zone, looking for Schluter. No good. And listen, they've done their film work because they got 3 guys
back there
on top of Schluter for sure.
Incomplete.
And so it's going to be 2nd down and goal now from the 10.
The 10-yard line.
Now Daniel Yates checks back in as well as Grant Gandy. They pull out one of those tight ends. And this is the exact scenario where you're glad to have Daniel Yates, number 9, over here, Vince, because if they want to throw a fade ball to number 9, then we have the size advantage because it's 9 against number 23. We talked about Goody on the offensive series for the Warriors. This matchup down here at the bottom is a great one for us. And you're seeing they're putting everybody on the other side. I think we're going to see a fade route here or just a jump ball to number 9. Let's see what that safety does. He's in the slot. He's going to he's going away from him. They're going to hand off to LaPointe.
And that's a
PA
touchdown right
into the end zone. Touchdown guard. That guy just continues to score touchdowns.
He does not look like a stranger to the end zone.
No. He's listen, we could rename the end zone after that guy. He's been there so much this year. And it's 6-0 guard, and now Gavito comes in as the guard in that swinging gate formation. 2:30 to play in the first quarter, and the guards strike first, and they'll shift over and kick the extra point. And Gavito will be in there. Hansen is the deep snapper, and Drew Wisner is the holder, number 19. And Gavito, who more than has the leg for this and is as close to as automatic as you can get. And there's the kick. It's up, and it is good. And the guard leads 7-0 with 2:30 to play in the first quarter. We'll take a timeout, and we'll be right back.
All right.
Struggling with mobility, chronic pain, work, or sports injury? At Azalea Orthopedics, our team of highly trained physicians specialize in complete orthopedic care, pain management, sports medicine, physical medicine, and rehabilitation. If you've sustained a bone or joint injury, have mobility or movement problems, struggle with pain, contact Azalea Orthopedics. We're conveniently located across East Texas, serving 18 counties. When visiting your doctor, urgent care, or hospital, you have a choice. Demand Azalea. At Azalea Orthopedics, your health is our priority.
Okay, back here at Harrington Stadium where the Guard have taken a 7-0 lead over the Tomball Christian Homeschool Warriors. Jeremy Hubbard, Vince Johnson here with you, and an exciting night of football. It's homecoming night, so with the crowd a little more enthused and a lot of familiar faces I've seen in the crowd tonight coming back and checking things out. And a lot of them watching online tonight as well. And the Guard have a chance to make another stop on defense here. Now, look, Tomball, Vince, it was a great drive for them. You know, just over 6 minutes.
It was.
And
they controlled the clock.
They did. And listen, if
they just didn't finish.
If they want to go 6 minutes at a time and not score, we'll let them do it again. You know? Hey, listen, we all want to get home.
Yeah.
You know? So we'll do that. As Gavito's kick, man, Gavito's leg, I think he just gets stronger as the year goes on. That one out of the end zone.
Just no chance for a return.
Yeah, and that's such a weapon. And, you know, you've been here for the last couple of years, and you know, we've had a really good run of kickers. Osagi,
yes.
You know, he could boot the ball like that.
Yeah.
Gavito just, I don't want to say out of nowhere because he's a heck of a soccer player. Like that's where he gets his skills from. But, man, just such a weapon in the kicking game. I'm hoping tonight, since it's not a district game, we get a chance to let him kick a long field goal. It's been a little bit since we've let him really try to open one up. But the Warriors now will go back on offense, and you expect them to just continue more what they're doing. They short running game, short passing game, and then try to hit you deep, I would expect.
Let's see if they don't go back to that same little short pass.
Yeah, they did. The other side this time. And it's caught, and a receiver across the 30, and the
Yeah,
guard.
I'm starting to think that that's their bread and butter right there.
Yeah, well, and you get athletes in space. That's what happens, right?
Mm-hmm.
As on the catch that time.
And with those kind of plays, all it really takes is one clean block.
Yeah.
And you're down the field.
That was Daniel Abraham, the running back out there that caught it. He's got about 20 catches on the year, so they do like to throw it to him a little bit. And look, him and Goody both. Those guys are athletes. You get them out there in the open field.
Mm-hmm. And they can make something happen.
Yeah, and Goody's not out there right now, but Abraham still is over there on the far side. And Alderson looks over the defense, and they're just checking numbers, right? And the handoff that time, and that didn't go very far.
Who was that?
That's Breck's body.
Yeah.
And Jonas Sarahavi on the stop.
I mean, met him right then, instantly.
The carry that time, it looked like went to number 4. That's Franklin Heward. We talked about him a minute ago. A lot of carries, just not a lot of big plays. And just trying to, I guess he's the power back, you would say.
Yeah.
So it's 2nd down and 11 now. Clock at 1:34. Now they're stopping the clock. I'm not sure what for. It looks like somebody's helmet may have come off.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, look, they're making Cody Clark come off, so maybe his helmet came off as Isaac Lundqvist checks in for the guard. And unique, so they bring out Cody Clark, the safety, has to come out. So they bring in Isaac Lundqvist, who plays outside linebacker. They move Breck's body back there to safety. So Breck's, obviously Vinci had been here all year, but Breck's was out the first few weeks. And now that he's been back on that defense, it's really changed the dynamic of the defense, able to put him out there on the edge. And he has the versatility to play safety, and that's what you're seeing here.
Wow.
1:20 to play.
True athlete.
Yeah. Heck of an athlete, and glad he's healthy and ready to go. Alderson now.
All right.
Quick pass.
Here it is
and
again.
There's Body again. And
But-
he's the first one there. Slowed him down just enough.
I get it. This is what you're known to doing, but at some point you got to realize, the guard isn't letting that slide. They've watched enough film that they know.
And Charlie Harrison was a receiver there. And here's the thing. This is what's dangerous about it, Vince, is, we're really rallying up to it. They're going to hit you over the top in a minute.
I was just about to say that. I was like, I don't know if they're trying to bait them or what, but at this point, you got to send somebody downfield.
And look, it's no secret. We have fallen victim to that a few times this year. And I would expect it at some point soon.
Let's see if it happens now.
3rd down and 10. We're under 30 seconds to play in the first half. And Lacase Grandin shows the stunt there.
Oh,
they
look
hand
at
off.
that.
Yeah, they give it to Heward. And Heward, that's the power back we talked about, right? He lowers his shoulders and met by Nico Metton. But it is a first down for sure. Coach Collins out there, he didn't like something about that stunt didn't look right from the very beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And it opened up that running lane. And when you run a stunt like that, it shouldn't open the running lane, but it did. So somebody, maybe a little miscommunication there on what gap to be in. It's the clock down to 10 seconds to play in the quarter, and we'll see if they run a play. They don't seem to be in a super hurry. Yeah, the quarterback's saying, okay, we'll let it go.
Yeah.
So the clock runs out in the first quarter. We have played one here at Harrington Stadium, and Brook Hill leads Tomball Christian 7-0. We'll take a timeout. We'll be right back.
We have gone insane here at CDL Training Academy. Get your CDL fast for only $2,900. How can we do this?
Because we're a crazy boys.
Get down to Henderson now. Call or click today to get your CDL.
Okay, we are back here at Harrington Stadium. Just a quick time out there in the quarter is the guard now on defense for the second time. Each team only, Brook Hill just one drive. Tomball's on their second. We already played a quarter here. And so the pace is, it's unbelievable. It's 7:20 and we're already in the second quarter. I will take it, as opposed to some of the games we've had this year as well. But it's been an interesting quarter, Vince, because you've seen that Tomball has been very stubborn, and not necessarily in a negative way, but very stubborn in doing what they do and sticking with it.
Yeah. That's why I mentioned it earlier about baiting them into something, because to keep running that, to keep sticking with that play that they're running, I just feel like the coach he's waiting on something. He's waiting on something.
Very offensive minded, the coaching staff over there, for sure. I mean, the coach's kid is the quarterback, and they're trying to do some things offensively to you, and I'm guessing they got a pretty good game plan. Everybody watches film, right?
Yeah.
So here we go. 1st down and 10 as we start the second quarter. Brook Hill showing a little pressure. Comes off that far side. Alderson looking
there it goes.
And looking for his man 88 and knocked away. Good coverage there by Blake Witten.
Yeah.
And listen, Witten is that receiver out there, that's Luke Harrison. He's 6'3", 215. Blake Witten is not 6'3", but Blake did a good job of just timing his jump.
Yeah,
I mean, that's secondary guys crack me up because they all want to jump right away. Like, dude, just wait. Like, the ball's coming.
It's coming to you. Yeah.
So 2nd down and 10. Want to thank all of you watching tonight here on NETSN. If you're watching, let us know where you're watching from.
Yeah, tell us, chime in. Let us know where you're watching from and who you watching for.
2nd down and 10. And they shift Abraham out of the backfield again. And they look at that screen over there. That's, I believe that's number 9 he threw it to, Charlie Harrison.
I think so. I think you're right about that. Yep, number 9.
Harrison has not been used a ton this year in this offense. Only 13 catches on the year.
All right, here we are at 3rd down.
They just have so many guys that can run out there. It's, you know, it makes it really hard to personnel things, Vince, when different guys can do different packages, and some of them, you know, are playing the same role and they're flip-flopping receivers.
Yeah, absolutely. It's
makes
hard
it
to keep
difficult.
track.
So 3rd down and 4 here. 11-11 to play in the first half. Brook Hill on top, 7-0. Alderson fakes he gives it this time to number 4 again, Heward.
Did not get, I mean, he may have got back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah,
maybe got 1.
Yeah, they're going to give him a yard there. It's going to be 4th down and 3. And look, Heward's the guy they love to get the football to in that short game. We've talked about it now numerous times. Doesn't have a ton of, yards per carry. Doesn't look to be very dynamic. He looks like he's just fast enough to make plays. And they're going to punt here. Well, they're at least bringing the punt team in. I'm actually shocked because on the first drive, they went for it in this situation.
Yeah.
Now, you got to be careful what kind of stuff they got in there. And it helps them that number 2, Daniel Abraham, is the punter, one of their most explosive offensive players. He's got 5 touchdowns on the year and about 600 yards of offense. And now Alderson and the Warriors are going to take a timeout. We're going to take that timeout with them. Be back here in a moment on NETSN.
Brook Hill is more than a school.
I am more than a teacher.
We're more than a classroom.
This is more than a performance.
That is more than a scoreboard.
At Brook Hill, you are more than a student. Brook Hill provides a Christ-centered education that more than prepares students for college. It prepares them for life. Brook Hill is a place to grow, a place to belong, a place to thrive. Are you ready for more?
We are back here at Harrington Stadium as the Tomball Christian Warriors come out of their first called timeout of the half, and they're facing a 4th down and 3. We're both kind of shocked that they're going to punt here.
Yeah, I mean, especially on your first drive to go for it on 4th down. I don't know what you're holding back for now.
But Daniel Abraham is the punter, and I think you just got to be prepared for anything here. It would seem very obvious to go for the punt after you call the timeout, and they give it to Abraham. He's going to kick it away.
Okay, yeah.
And it's a decent kick, not great. Will bounce. Take a great Tomball Christian bounce inside the 10, down to about the 7-yard line.
Wow. Pinned them back pretty far.
They're going to mark it down at the 6, and so Brook Hill is going to have to go 94 yards. But when PA runs it 50 yards a carry, I guess you can get over this, right?
Yeah. Yeah, this is nothing to PA.
10 minutes left here in this first half.
I mean, when you think about it, what did he get on his first carry? Like
51.
51 yards, yeah.
And then a 10-yard touchdown. So, he's carried a few times. Sydney Rouleau's mom, Tanya, checking in from Quebec, Canada.
All right, Canada.
This is new. You've been here when it's been Finland and Sweden and all this kind of stuff, but Canada's a new thing. I get so excited sometimes when the Canadian guys do something well. It makes me. I don't even know the words of the national anthem. It makes me want to sing it. I don't. I don't want to disrespect anybody, so I don't. But I'm not sure what the conversation is here.
Yeah, I don't know what the holdup is, but there's a lot of standing around.
It seems to be a ton of confusion. There was a penalty against Tomball here? Are they going to re-kick
Well, we're
it?
not paying. I guess we weren't paying attention to something, yeah, because
I hadn't seen a flag
walking
out
it
there.
back.
Not only is today National Dr. Pepper Day, today is also National Bologna Day.
Let's see what they're.
Mike Holly, go home and fix you a bologna sandwich.
Oh God, no.
Coach Dawkins. Listen, yeah, you have missed this year. He's on fire.
National Bologna Day
and National Dr. Pepper Day. So get your bologna sandwich and a Dr. Pepper.
Bologna.
Just kidding. Don't do it.
Don't do it.
Don't do it.
It's a deadly combination.
Oh man. Yeah,
Yeah, that was some penalty.
So they're bringing it back. I'd be curious to find out.
And the coach is on the field trying to figure it out too. Like what?
Yeah, he's way out there. He's not happy.
Yeah, he is furious.
I'm curious what the explanation is here. We'll try to find out at halftime for sure. He said a false start.
False start. Man.
Wonder what he did. Did he pick up the football maybe? And there's no doubt they were probably trying to draw Brook Hill off sides there on 4th and 4.
Yeah.
But I don't know if he picked up the football or what. But the coach is still out there, man. Like
he's mad.
He is not happy.
He's lobbying for his team.
Yeah.
I mean, wouldn't you? I mean,
no, for sure.
They punted it to the 6. They pinned him to the 6. So.
And I'll be honest, I still don't know what happened.
Yeah, I thought it was a clean play. You know, I didn't see nothing. I didn't see no movement or anything.
4th down and 8 now, which is ironically enough because I think it's 4th and 3, so that's right. Abraham now. This kick is not blocked. As good, and he goes out of bounds at about the 38. It was almost blocked there.
Yeah.
Brook Hill has blocked a number of punts this year. 25, Jonas Arahavi, number 8, Gregory Lacasse Grandin have blocked a number of punts, and they almost got that one again. And this is a 40-yard change or 30-yard change in field position here that I'm sure Coach Alderson and that Warrior coaching staff are not happy with.
Oh, not at all. Not at all.
I don't know who the official on the far side is, but he's not done hearing about it, by the way. So 1st and 10 at the 38. 9:44 to play in the first half. Almost at the ball game. That'd be a record pace. And Brook Hill with that 2-back set again. It's Gandy and LaPointe. Now Schluter's going to shift over to the far side. Once again, they're just looking at numbers also, and they're going to give it to Gandy. No,
okay.
Ryle on the pitch to LaPointe, and LaPointe up across the 45, and a gain of about 8 on the play.
You don't always see option nowadays.
You're going to see it a lot here. And here's the thing. That's kind of Gandy has not carried it yet, Vince. You haven't seen this, but Gandy is one of those guys that just puts his shoulders down and will smoke you.
Yeah.
Like and he's explosive enough to make things happen, big plays down the field. 2nd and 2 now as Brook Hill quick to the line. And they're just going to check over here with Coach Copeland and staff and see what they want to do. 9:08 and counting in the half. 7-0 the guard lead. They've had 2 stops against the Warriors defense, and they punched one in from 10 yards out on their first drive. And Ryle looking to pass now. Looking over to Yates and incomplete.
Incomplete, yeah.
And good coverage that time. I think that's number 14, Jackson Thomas, for the Warriors. And that's a size mismatch that we want to take advantage of because they list Jackson Thomas at 5'6", and Yates is. I don't have his height, but I mean Daniel's, 6'1", 6'2". It's a good matchup for us over there. 3rd down and 2 now. And it's P.A. LaPointe in the backfield.
Get ready.
With Zach. And Ryle has plenty of time. Great protection. Steps up in the pocket. They're going to pull it down, going to run, and he's going to have the first down. Yeah, a lot of – and then they kick the ball down the field.
Wait a minute.
So let's see. I think and that far guy looks like he's marking it short. I thought he had it.
The way he tackled him, he kind of threw him over. The first down.
No, for real. I thought that they tackled him for a first down. I mean, that's a first down. I don't know what we're waiting on here. Yeah, the umpire.
Yeah.
Now let the white hat come in and look. First down.
First
Good.
down. There we go.
Yeah, there was a lot of talk there, and I feel like that's pretty easy. The chain
I don't
marker.
know what you're looking at. It's
I mean, the chain's just shy of the yard marker, and the ball's on the yard marker. That's an easy first down.
Yeah.
But a first down, Zach Ryle on the carry, and we're at 8:20 and counting in the first half. By the way, if you step away from the screen and go get a drink, you may miss the game. We are playing quick tonight. Ryle on 1st and 10 will pitch it out to LaPointe. And LaPointe out the right side, bottled up there, and a good job by that Warrior defense.
By a host of Warriors.
Yeah, they weren't going to let him. They weren't going to let him get away there.
I will say this about the Warriors. I mean, at times you see them when they make those plays defensively, it's 4 and 5 of them at a time. You know, they're gang tackling. They're all keyed in on the pitch man or the tailback.
They are extremely quick. I mean, just in general, all 11 guys on the field can move. 2nd down and 11 here for the guard. Clock continues to run. About 7.5 minutes to play here in this first half. Split backs again for the guard is Ryle. Hand off to PA. PA off the left side across midfield. 45-40. 35. PA to 30. 25 down at the 21-yard line.
Man.
And a big run there for PA. He's going to gain. Let's see where they spot him down. Let's see. At the 20. Yeah, it's a gain of 32 for PA. He's right at 100 yards for the night.
Mama, there goes that man.
there you go. They hand it off to him again. Why not? Left side,
look
15,
at him.
P8 to 10.
Look at him.
Dragging people down inside the 5-yard line. He's well over 100 yards now, and it's going to be 1st and goal for the guard at the 3.
I mean, when you got a workhorse like that, you just line up and snap the ball at this point. I mean, we only have to call plays.
I love it. And they're going to slow the pace down here. Oh, yeah, I didn't see the offsides penalty, but that's easily one we're going to decline.
Yeah.
That brings up 1st and goal for the guard. The ball is
so they'll start the clock once they set the chains. And a 1st and goal for the guard. Man, it would be a huge deal here to go up 2 scores. The way the defense is playing so far. Hand off to Gandy this time. And Gandy lowers those lowers those shoulder pads like we talked about down to the 1.
Okay.
I don't know if you saw it there, but number 72, Sidney Rouleau, just took the outside linebacker and deposited him back there in the back of the end zone. And the guard can just get quickly to the line and ready to go again. Why not?
That's what I'm saying. We don't have to call nothing. We just snap the ball and go.
2nd and goal. They give it to Gandy again. There he goes.
That's a touchdown.
Lowers his head. He's into the end zone. Touchdown guard. The game plan's easy when you got backs like that, Vince.
Yeah.
And now both of those backs have scored in the ball game. No better song than that one to hear in the crowd. Now the guard in the swinging gate. They're going to try to catch the Warriors in a numbers game, and they don't do it there. So Hansen will snap here to Wisner, the holder, and Gavito set to kick the extra point. 6:24 to play in the half, and the Brook Hill guard trying to go up 14-0.
Oh, look at that.
The fake to Gavito. And let Gavito go out the left side. Hey,
and
look.
the Warriors just would not let that
And here's
slide.
the deal. I'm fine with letting it go because now you got to show everybody else on film, and they got to prepare for that. 13-0, the guard lead. We'll take a timeout. We'll be right back.
Brook Hill is more than a school.
I am more than a teacher.
We're more than a classroom.
This is more than a performance. That is more than a scoreboard.
At Brook Hill, you are more than a student. Brook Hill provides a Christ-centered education that more than prepares students for college. It prepares them for life. Brook Hill is a place to grow, a place to belong, a place to thrive. Are you ready for more?
Okay, back here at Harrington Stadium where the Guard have now taken a 13-0 lead. I talked a little bit earlier in events about how Coach Collins, defense coordinator, told me that, he felt like they've been playing really well and they had some good matchups tonight. Coach Copeland told me, he said, look, I think defensively they're as good as they were last year, if not a little better, but this offense is obviously playing a little better than they did last year, and it shows a 13-0 Brook Hill lead, and we've been able to run the football at will against them.
Yeah.
If this running game gets going, it makes the passing game a lot more dangerous for sure. As Gavito's kick once again.
I mean, just no chance.
8 yards deep and into the end zone and out there in those bleachers way back there. You can't even see them on the screen. Once again, I want to thank our man Braden for being up on the top of the box tonight with the camera, providing you with all these great shots. And I'm anxious to see, at some point, Vince, Tomball's got to do something different.
Yeah, they do.
And
I'm sure it has to happen now.
If it doesn't, you're in trouble.
Because if you go 3 out, it's over.
Because Brook Hill has run the football as well as they have. You may not get many chances. I mean, really, this is the third possession of the game for Tomball. Brook Hill's had it twice. We're in the fifth possession of the game. We got 6 minutes to play in the half. Alderson hands it off to Heward again. And Heward gains about 2 yards. And I get, are they just – is their game plan to kind of wear you down until they make something happen? I don't know.
That would be fine if it was a tie ball game or if you were up. But when you're behind, you got to get that ball down the field.
Maybe that shouldn't be the plan?
Yeah. Like at some point, you just got to start throwing and hope something sticks.
And kind of like we do on some of those guys, they've got some size advantages on us.
They do.
I think they could try to take advantage of that, but they seem determined to stick to the short passing game.
Yeah. You can only run what you practice, so.
That's it. That's the truth. Alderson now hands it off. He fakes the handoff. Looking down the middle of the field.
Pass interference. Yep.
You got to throw the flag. I don't think it was intentional. I think they just got tripped up.
Oh, yeah, they did.
You got to throw it in that situation.
That was a good play, though.
So it is going to be a first down. It's going to be a first down for the Warriors. And it is a pass interference call against Blake Whitten. That's just unfortunate timing as the feet got tangled up. 5:32 to play in this first half. They'll move the ball up 15 yards. And it'll be 1st and 10 at the 42. So 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line for the Warriors after the penalty. And, hey, at the end of the day, Vince, you don't like it, but it's not a terrible penalty because if he catches that ball, he may go score.
Yeah. I thought he was going to go score. Because I was still looking in the backfield.
The running back did something a little different, so I should have been aware there. And they try to swing it out there to Abraham in the backfield, and he gets to him. And Sarah Hovey there to lead the way. Cody Clark
close that gap between them. That's what you want to see if you're a defensive coordinator, defensive coach. You want to see your guys close that gap between them and the ball carrier.
Well, and it's such a good job. I'm telling you, this is what Coach Collins has been talking about. Hayden and Yona have played so well in the middle. When your inside backer is out here making that play on the swing route, your
That's
defense
perfect.
is working the exact way it's supposed to.
Yeah.
It's one thing for your outside guys to make that play.
Yeah, because he's closer. But when your inside backer is doing that, come on, man. Come on now.
4:50 and counting in the first half.
2nd and 12 for Tomball.
2nd and 12 for the Warriors. And Alderson. Here comes the pressure. He gets the pass away, looking for Abraham.
I don't think he can find it. Yep.
Man,
he couldn't find it.
It's the same thing they tried on the far sideline in the first quarter.
I mean, if it just lands, it's a big play. But, man, they're just a step off.
They call that play winging a prayer because that's what it is. Just wing it up there and pray that we catch it. I mean, listen, but, I think that's also because of the pressure. You saw the late blitz come from the outside linebacker.
Yeah, he had to get that ball out of his hands.
So 3rd down and 12. Another big 3rd down opportunity for this defense to get off the field. Crowd getting into it tonight, too. Alderson on 3rd down. Here comes the pressure. And it's Lundqvist that makes him throw it away. That's got to be grounding. There's no receiver behind the line of scrimmage.
They're not going to call it.
They're not going to call it. Oh, there we go. The umpire's got it.
They said, no, I'm not letting it slide.
Let's see. They're going to talk about it. No, they're going to say that there was a receiver there. Okay.
Okay.
Either way, it's 4th down and 12. We'll take it.
Yeah.
And I'm telling you, it is still mind-blowing to me. They are just continuing to do the same thing over and over. But there's a lot to what you said. You can only do what you practice.
Absolutely.
And if that's all you're doing,
if that's all you're doing, then that's why when they're running downfield like that, they're just a step off because they probably don't practice it that much.
Yeah. 4:26 to play in the half. Oh, that's a bobbled snap. And he's going to get the kick away. And that's going to work out. That's going to work out for the Warriors. There's a flag down. You cannot. I'm telling you, they're going to.
Are they going to try to make this a game?
That is not good.
Wow.
I mean, in addition to the fact it was a bobbled snap, he ran with it. Like, he kicked it at the last minute. It wasn't. You can't do that. Wave it off.
Pick it up.
Yeah, waved it off. Good call.
All right.
Thank you. You know what? I spent a lot of time, Vince, criticizing them. I'm going to give them a high five for that one.
Credit for that one.
Because they got it right.
You know, I used to say all the time, like, when you're a ref, when the game is over, you got to rush to the truck.
Yeah.
You know, you don't stick around and talk to anybody, grab a last-minute hot dog or something. No, you get straight to the truck.
Yeah, depending on where you're at and who wins, you sure don't get a hot dog from the concession stand.
Yeah.
You're better off getting to the next town's gas station before you can stop.
Absolutely.
So it's 1st and 10 for the Guard after the punt. 1st and 10 at the 29. And, man, Brook Hill can just really hammer this thing away here in the first half. 4:13 to play. And Ryle with both backs is going to take it and hand it to PA. PA left side, he's got a blocker if he can break that first tackle and just couldn't. He gained about a yard, but a good tackle there. Give him credit. As it looks that's Goody, number 23 on the stop.
I will say this, you know, the Warriors are doing what they can defensively. I mean, PA is a monster. Let's just be real. I mean, you doing enough to stop him every now and then.
That's right. That's right. By the way, that was 22 Isaiah Carias on the carry or on the stop for the Warriors, not 23. Goody's playing corner. Carias, he bounces around from inside linebacker to outside linebacker, which is also pretty impressive to do both in there. 2nd and 8. It's a gain of 2 for the Guard on that last play. And Ryle now
rolls out. It was almost a pick, almost a catch, almost a reception, but almost a pick.
So it's 3rd down and 8 here. So let's see. This is really kind of the worst 3rd down situation Brook Hill's been in.
Yeah.
Going to bring up 3rd and 8 for Brook Hill.
I'd like to give it to PA, but I don't know.
I mean, he's shown that he can do that.
Yeah, he has. But I feel like I got to throw this over the top.
Yeah, Ryle looking down the field.
What is he?
He's got a guy, Witten, and that's going to fall incomplete.
No pass interference on nothing? Okay.
Yeah, that's tough too, right?
Yeah.
That's
okay. All right.
Hey, look, I mean,
I'm
good
not
coverage.
Yeah, good coverage.
But you see the arm that Ryle has there, right? I mean, we can attack downfield if we choose to. 3 minutes and 18 seconds to play in this first half, and it's 4th down and 8. And Ryle is the punter, which obviously opens yourself up for all kind of fun stuff to do.
Yeah.
Missing a man here. They run Lundqvist out onto the field. Ryle, that's a good kick.
That's a good punt, yeah.
Take a good bounce. And it does. It's a Brook Hill bounce down inside the 30.
Oh, it's still going.
25, still going to go down to about the 23-yard line, and that's where the Warriors will have it 1st and 10. So, look, hey, you don't get points, but you flip the field on them.
Yeah.
You still got a 13-point lead with 3 minutes to play in the half. And the truth is, with the way the pace of this game has gone, that, you know, you're looking at maybe Tomball has 4 or 5 drives left in the whole game.
Yeah. All right, so I'm gonna say this. You know, I got to give some credit to Tomball here. That's a good defensive stand right there.
Absolutely, you had to have it.
And when you see Brook Hill's first 2 drives, that is a really good stand right there.
For sure.
And who knows, Brook Hill could have just, got off the gas a little bit and said, you know what, let's just try something different.
That's true. Alderson on first down. They're going to give it this time, and a great job. They're going to tackle him after a short gain. Sarah Hobby's in there. It looked like that was number 2, Cody Clark, one of the first guys to get to him. A gain of a yard. That's it. But no, you're right, because that last drive was one that Tomball, if they give up points there, they're in a really bad spot.
Absolutely.
You can't go down 3 scores.
Bad. No.
Second down and 9. And Alderson has the big back Heward in the pistol formation. And he's going to give it to Heward. Heward up the middle, hit immediately and brought down. Great job.
Okay, I can kind of see this
That's
now.
Sarah Javi again.
So Heward, when he gets the ball, he kind of immediately is expecting contact. So he's kind of getting low, ducking his head a little bit, expecting contact instead of looking up trying to follow the block, which is probably why he has so many carries but doesn't have as many yards.
It's hard to get
because
yards
they usually end like that.
Yeah,
when you're not got your head up and looking and stuff.
So third down and 7 here for the guard. And a timeout. And Tomball's going to call a timeout. We're going to take a quick one with him. We'll be back here on NETSN.
We have gone insane here at CDL Training Academy. Get your CDL fast for only $2,900. How can we do this?
Because we're a crazy boys.
Get down to Henderson now. Call or click today to get your CDL.
And we are back here at Harrington Stadium after the Warriors call their second timeout of the half. And Brook Hill on top 13-0 here with 1:59 to play in the first half. I don't want to jinx us, Vince, but it's not even 8 o'clock yet. We're about to be at the half.
Yeah.
I kind of like it.
I do too. I get home early. I'm down the road.
There's some good college football games on tonight.
Yeah.
North Texas, they're having a great year. They're on tonight. Alderson. Little pump fake action, well covered. And here comes the pressure.
Oh, he's got to get that out.
And he almost picked off.
Wow.
Hey, great pressure there by Brook Hill. First off, that's what you call a coverage sack. I know we don't get the sack there, but he had to throw it away because of the coverage on the back end. And a great job there on third down. It's now 4th and 7. They're going to have to punt again.
Listen, I mean, you can't hold on to the ball that long.
You can't.
Not back there. 1, 2, 3 beats. Hey, I got to go. I got to get out of it. Nobody's open. I don't see it. You got to get out of there.
Yeah. So we're in that danger spot, too, where we're up by 2 scores into the first half. You maybe see some kind of a fake at some point. You kind of got to be alerted to that at this point.
Yeah.
There's a snap and good kick there by Abraham.
That's a really good kick.
And it takes a little bit of a Tomball bounce. And it'll be Brook Hill football at their own 41.
Yeah.
So 1:41 to go. Brook Hill has all 3 timeouts. There's really no reason to really hurry too much.
But it does look good if you get a score here before the half.
Oh, man, and you get the ball first to start the second half.
I know. That's a wrap.
I mean, you could put this thing away.
Yeah, right now. You can put it away right now.
You go get 7 more and go up 20-0 and put 7 more and go up 27-0 with as few possessions as these 2 teams have had tonight.
Yeah. You might come in the second half playing second string.
And that's a dangerous spot for Tomball here. They got to they're going to have to get a stop.
Yeah.
And look, I don't want them to. I don't know what's about to happen. I see Coach Harrison bouncing around on the sideline, which means in my mind this Brook Hill offense is about to do something funky here. I think it may be another penalty against the Warriors. What are we talking about here?
Man, hey, the refs are holding up the game.
No, they're going to say it's against Brook Hill. Nope, let's see.
What? They're not even sure. Okay.
Personal foul against the guard.
Oh, 15-yarder.
Wow, personal foul.
Moves the ball back to Brook Hill 27-yard line.
I don't know what happened. It looks like may have hit the punter a little late. They'll back it up to the 26-yard line. Okay, look, here's the deal. Now we just get 74 yards of offense instead of 59. 1:41 on the clock, and this Brook Hill offense comes out. The yardage doesn't hurt you as much with 3 timeouts here. And Ryle has PA to his right in the pistol, and they put Hanson in motion. They're going to give it to PA, and PA, look, that's a great play. I talked about him. I talked about him in the pregame. That's number 63, Jacob Mole, 6'4", 256-pound defensive tackle. And a timeout on the field.
An injured player out there.
Yeah, he's down. Hopefully he'll get back up pretty quick. Let's go ahead and take a timeout. We'll be right back here on NETSN. Okay, back here after the injury timeout, and good news for the Warriors as Mole was able to get up and walk off on his own power. I think you're right, Vince. Probably just a little stinger there. He lowered the boom on PA. And
yeah, it happens, man. I used to get those all the time.
And so I'm not sure, once again, their coaches during that timeout spent a lot of time talking to the white hat. And now the white hat is over here talking to Coach Ryle on the sideline. And I'm not sure what the.
Yeah, I don't understand.
They're talking to him about the. They're talking to him about the clock. I don't know.
Yeah,
what
I was like,
about.
why are they worried about the clock?
And that's not a clock. I mean, are they? Maybe they're resetting the play clock to 40. I don't know what the deal is. Oh, they're saying it's a 10-second runoff? I wonder what for, Vince.
I'm baffled by that. 10-second runoff.
And
you would only do a 10-second runoff if there was a penalty, right?
Yeah, or if it was your injured player and you didn't have a timeout. I don't know. I want to ask about it. We need to ask about that.
Yeah.
I'll find somebody at halftime, try to figure it out. 2nd down and 8, though, and Ryle looking to pass.
And
the
a
ball's
fumble.
loose, and it's still loose. And I think the Warriors might have got on top of it.
I think they got it.
Let's see, still no signal. They're going to say it's Brook Hill football.
Oh, okay. Like I said, Tomball's defense, I'm fairly impressed with them. They're doing what they can to keep their team in the game.
A lot of concern and confusion about the clock up here. I mean, there's a lot. All of a sudden, we've hit nothing but talk about the clock. It's because I jinxed us about the time, I'm afraid. Brook Hill's facing 3rd and 12, and Brook Hill will call a timeout with 32 seconds to play in the half. Man. Okay, Vince, we're going to keep it here because I'm at a loss. I don't even know what's going on here.
I'm sorry, I don't know either. I have no answers.
Brook Hill, obviously at this point now with 31 seconds left, they're trying to, with 3rd and 12, you're kind of hoping the clock can run out here.
Yeah.
But the 10-second runoff thing is unique to me. I'm not sure what would.
Yeah, I'm assuming you must be right that, okay, they didn't have any timeouts and it was their injured player.
But that hurts us. And so I don't understand how. But
I was
they
just
do
about
have
to say that.
left.
Like, what if I don't want you to run the 10 seconds off? Like, I want the 10 seconds.
Maybe they're just saying that the clock. Maybe it wasn't a 10-second runoff.
And that's why they had to go talk to coach about it. Because he wanted it.
Yeah, maybe. Well, or maybe the clock was supposed to be running. I don't know. I'm gonna ask.
Yeah.
Coach Agnew will find out for me at the half.
Okay.
3rd down and 12. And Ryle puts Hanson in motion. And Ryle hands off to Gandy. Gandy up the gut, up near the 30-yard line.
Yeah.
Gain of about 4 on the play.
Yeah.
And the clock is at 20 seconds and counting. And my guess is
we
will not see another play here in the first half. Now, maybe Brook Hill calls a timeout and you run one play, I'm thinking maybe you got something. I see Ryle next to the official, so maybe he's going to do it. The game clock is at 5 seconds and counting. Nope.
All right, that's it.
They're going to let it go. All right, we've reached the half, and Brook Hill leads Tomball Christian 13-0. And an interesting half, and we'll come back here in just a few moments to talk to you as it's the Guard up 13-0 here on NETSN.
Struggling with mobility, chronic pain, work, or sports injury? At Azalea Orthopedics, our team of highly trained physicians specialize in complete orthopedic care, pain management, sports medicine, physical medicine, and rehabilitation. If you've sustained a bone or joint injury, have mobility or movement problems, struggle with pain, contact Azalea Orthopedics. We're conveniently located across East Texas, serving 18 counties. When visiting your doctor, urgent care, or hospital, you have a choice. Demand Azalea. At Azalea Orthopedics, your health is our priority.
We have gone insane here at CDL Training Academy. Get your CDL fast for only $2,900. How can we do this?
Because we're a crazy boys.
Get down to Henderson now. Call or click today to get your CDL.
There's something spooky going on at Stillwater RV Resort. Tales of old coming back to haunt the guests and the locals alike. Stillwater and CDL Training Academy present the Haunted Bus Ride. Take a trip back to see the resort of old and witness the staff come to life to bring back souls that are so bold. If you dare try to ride, fright and fear will be by your side. For a mere $5, test your luck in hopes you don't get stuck. For 2 weekends only, come to Stillwater RV Resort if you dare.
This is where legends rise and moments are made.
They're still on his feet. Come on, let's go, still on his feet.
From the buzzer beaters to the game winners, we bring you the action. Raw, real, relentless. We cover every angle, every story. From the streets to the stadiums.
We're going all the way.
Your favorite athletes. Your teams.
Ford breaks some tackle. Oh my God.
Your passion. All in one place. New games, live shows.
Here he goes. He's got some blockers.
This is the future of sports media.
There he goes. Picker into the secondary.
This isn't just a network. This is a movement.
Ooh, oh, he ran over the defender.
Welcome to NETSN Game On.
Brook Hill is more than a school.
I am more than a teacher.
We're more than a classroom.
This is more than a performance. That is more than a scoreboard.
At Brook Hill, you are more than a student. Brook Hill provides a Christ-centered education that more than prepares students for college. It prepares them for life. Brook Hill is a place to grow, a place to belong, a place to thrive. Are you ready for more?
Okay, back here at Harrington Stadium at the half, and it's a 13-0 Brook Hill lead. And Vince, a first half that flew by, just under an hour. And we'll talk more about this in a minute, but before we do, we're going to throw it down to the field as it's the Brook Hill Lower School cheerleaders in their last performance of the year. The last home game is Tiffany Hubbard and Maddie Hanks do a great job in the varsity cheerleaders with those girls each Wednesday, and they get a chance to run out on the field and perform. And so we will let you check those girls out here on NETSN.
We have close to 70 lower school cheerleaders out there tonight, so let's give them a big round of applause as they lead us in some cheers. Now, Brook Hill fans, is there any question why these young ladies will be featured on Fox Nation shortly as the best lower school cheerleading team in Texas? Let's hear it for our lower school cheerleaders.
At Brook Hill, our strength conditioning program, the ultimate goal of it is to actually develop a stronger athlete, because we know from research that a stronger athlete is more resilient on the field. The foundation of everything is based off of strength. Research shows that strength training alone can reduce risk of injury by 69%, where no other modality can even come close. If you do not have strength, you cannot develop power, you cannot develop speed. The personalized approach to the weight room is very unique in the fact that each individual and each sport has their own movement needs. For instance, in football, we know that the average play lasts between 5 to 7 seconds. So there's a huge need for power output. If you do not have strength, you cannot develop power, you cannot develop speed. So for football, we are really focused on pushing high percentages during the season, and then in the off season where we can actually push volume to actually gain size, to gain strength, to better prepare you and better equip you for the season to come. Faith plays a huge role in the weight room. The other day we were talking about the word grit. And in scripture, Christ never promises us an easy life. As a matter of fact, he uses trials, he uses tribulations to draw us in a deeper relationship with him. And just like the weight room, you have to develop grit when things get tough. You have to learn how to persevere through things and challenge yourself to come out on the other side to become a better person. Typical class will look just like this. Students will come in, they get in their squad lines outside, and then we go through our dynamic warm-up. The dynamic warm-up is just preparing their body for the things in the past that I'm going to ask them inside of the weight room. Once we finish the dynamic warm-up, we come inside, we all gather at the whiteboard initially to kind of go over just the general idea of the workout. Of course, everybody's workout is different, but there's a general structure to how I like things to run. Once we break out of that, they go get it logged onto their iPad. They're usually partnered up in just with a group of 2. When they were using their iPads, they need to track their workouts and the weight that they are using, because all of that data gets tracked longitudinally and gets sent over to my side, where I can then track strength trends throughout the year to make sure that we're progressing in the correct manner that we need to. A lot of students last year increased the vertical over 8 inches, which is a ton in 1 year. I've had multiple students shave over half a second off of their 40 times in a year, and I had multiple students increase their bench press, their squat, and their cleans, each by 100 pounds. A stronger athlete becomes a faster athlete, becomes a more powerful athlete, becomes a quicker athlete, and ultimately leads to injury reduction.
Keeps Williams, fights through the yards, breaks some tackles. Williams still on his feet. Williams breaks another tackle. Here he goes. He's got some blockers. Sam Williams, he ain't going to catch him. Touchdown, God. 59-yard touchdown run on 3rd and 2 for Sam Williams.
Yeah, whoa. They get set early, very quickly here. Play clock down to 3. Dixon gets it off, low snap. Pickram up the middle, and there he goes. Pickram into the secondary. Pickram is going to go. He is gone. Touchdown. Macho steps up in the pocket, and he gets away from one tackler, avoids another tackler, tries to run. He's still on his feet. Camacho still on his feet. He's still running. Camacho, goodness gracious, he's still going. Camacho, is he going to score? Wow. Touchdown. Quick pass. Brook adjusts and intercepted, and he caught it.
He's coming back. He's coming back.
He's going all the way.
Oh my God. No,
it's Taylor.
Just let him go. Just let him go.
And a pick 6.
Kind of stalled him out here. Brisbane got Stewart with a little.
Oh, he ran over the defender. The helmet coming off. Holy man.
quarterback, Smith. And Smith's in the gun. He's got to go back to pass. Goes out to his left. He's got a man open. It's Brook again. Caught. Bork breaks some tackle. Oh, my gosh. He's still on his feet. He's inside the 10. Touchdown, Arp. What? Here we go. 1st and 10. They're going to throw it outside. They're going to double pass here. Going deep, that's Man Scott. What a catch by Man Scott! Is a one-handed grab. He's gonna go almost all the way. Just tackle at the 1. Highlight reel right there for Man Scott. Oh my goodness, Jason.
I don't think you'll see anything like that.
Woo.
That's not an East Texas highlight reel. That's Sports Center right there.
Man, oh man. What a catch.
All right, back here at Harrington Stadium at the half. Brook Hill leading Tomball Christian 13-0. And Vince, let's talk about some scores across East Texas, because both of us kind of follow along here, and I'm checking out some scores here. Now, a lot of games were last night. All this weather we're supposed to have tonight, Vince, that we're still waiting on. Tyler Legacy lost to Rockwall last night. No real surprise there. Longview beating Rockwall Heath tonight 21-0. Tyler High losing to Midlothian tonight 35-33 in the 4th quarter. That game started at 5, so that's why that one's almost over. Marshall over Nacogdoches 14-0 in the 1st quarter. How about this one? Carthage beat Bullard 62-7, Vince. I drove by Bullard Stadium last night about halftime. It was already 55-0. It didn't. That's a good football team, by the way.
Yes.
In case you don't know, Kilgore they beat Palestine last night 55-3. Lindale won 49-0. So that was a big game last week, and Lindale gets back on and wins tonight, or last night, over Maybank. And here was a game that I think a lot of people talked about. Now you may know a little bit about this as well, but Pine Tree beat Chapel Hill last night 35-28.
Yeah, I was keeping up with the score. I was kind of worried about that because, Pine Tree's been pretty good here lately.
They have.
Last couple of years. So, especially defensively. They keep people from scoring a lot of times. So.
They have had a really good couple of years. You're right. And this year it's kind of been up and down. But so is Chapel Hill. It's a weird year for both of those two schools, I feel like, at this point. Let's see some other scores. Pleasant Grove, they smacked Gilmer last night 41-7. I think Pleasant Grove is good. And I want to ask you what you think about this team. I don't know if you're following them very much, but Canton stays undefeated. They beat Ferris last night 58-18. That's a Canton team that, they started 4-5-0, and everybody kind of starts to look. And I think now they're 8-0. And another good football team is Athens, who won last night over Russ 60-6. Athens played Carthage really close last week. Athens is a team that I think is going to make some noise when the playoffs start, quite honestly. We'll see. Let's see. Malakoff beat Raines last night 61-0. Trying to go through a big game. I saw Brandon Ogden, our man, friend of NETSN, was at last night. Grand Saline beat Lone Oak 55-13. Winsboro's beating Mount Vernon tonight 38-8 in the 2nd quarter. I heard Atlanta and Tatum are tied at 7 apiece. Another good game. West Rusk and Troop. That's a good football game tonight. And West Rusk is actually leading Troop 7-0 in the 1st quarter.
Actually, I got an updated score. It's 7-6 now. Okay,
perfect. That's a good game. I'm excited to see how that one plays out. Another NETSN game tonight, Mount Enterprise and Lovelady. I'm showing 40-26 in that one. And Mount Enterprise, of course, with Keegan Ash. That dude is a football player, and they're doing well. And I'm kind of shocked by this one. Brook Hill played Carlisle earlier in the year, Vince. And they – we won the game, but it was weird because the quarterback went out, the backup went out. They're playing with the 3rd-string quarterback. Frankston's had a heck of a year, but I see they're up 32-0 at halftime over Carlisle. And that's – listen, Frankston's had a great year, and that's not a knock on Frankston. I just thought Carlisle and I don't know their injury situation for sure. That's true. But that's been – I've been waiting to see that Carlisle team get healthy. Of course, the score here, 13-0, Brook Hill leading. Tyler All Saints beat McKinney Christian today, 38-7. And I saw Grace and Hyde Park, which is an interesting game for Brook Hill fans because playoff seeding could be – if Grace Community were to beat Hyde Park tonight, all of a sudden Brook Hill's it didn't happen. Hyde Park won 28-20. But if Grace would have somehow beaten Hyde Park, Brook Hill would end up being the second-place team because a three-way tie, because of how bad we beat Grace. We barely lost to Hyde Park.
Yeah.
Brook Hill would have been hosting a playoff game in 2 weeks. That was probably the last chance for that to happen. But Hyde Park ends up winning 28-20, and now puts Grace Community in a spot where they're 2-6 on the year now, and they play Grace Prep at home next Friday night, and the winner of that one's going to get the fourth playoff spot. So a lot along the line there. We're about 10 minutes or so away from kicking things off in the second half. Both teams are still inside before they come back out. We're going to take one more timeout, and when we come back, it'll be second half action here at Harrington Stadium on NETSN.
Struggling with mobility, chronic pain, work, or sports injury? At Azalea Orthopedics, our team of highly trained physicians specialize in complete orthopedic care, pain management, sports medicine, physical medicine, and rehabilitation. If you've sustained a bone or joint injury, have mobility or movement problems, struggle with pain, contact Azalea Orthopedics. We're conveniently located across East Texas, serving 18 counties. When visiting your doctor, urgent care, or hospital, you have a choice. Demand Azalea. At Azalea Orthopedics, your health is our priority.
We have gone insane here at CDL Training Academy. Get your CDL fast for only $2,900. How can we do this?
Because we're a crazy boys.
Get down to Henderson now. Call or click today to get your CDL.
There's something spooky going on at Stillwater RV Resort. Tales of old coming back to haunt the guests and the locals alike. Stillwater and CDL Training Academy present the Haunted Bus Ride. Take a trip back to see the resort of old and witness the staff come to life to bring back souls that are so bold. If you dare try to ride, fright and fear will be by your side. For a mere $5, test your luck in hopes you don't get stuck. For 2 weekends only, come to Stillwater RV Resort if you dare.
All right, back here at the half. Both teams have made their way back out to start stretching. Just under 7 minutes or so before we kick things off in the second half. Vince, we were talking off the air. This Tomball, first off, Brook Hill's going to get the ball first to start the second half. If they can go down and punch one in here, I think it kind of shuts the door on Tomball because we were just talking about it. This Tomball offense just doesn't look like they –
It just doesn't look like they played many games.
Yeah, it's a weird look right now, man. I'm kind of shocked.
Yeah, me too. I just feel like I said, I'm going to give them credit for the defense. Defense seems pretty, decent. But offensively, I feel like I was watching a team that this may be their first or second game of the year.
Yeah, they haven't looked like a well-oiled machine. Now, look, we knew that this team was going to look different than last year. Much like private schools, homeschool teams especially, can vary, from year to year. But definitely not the same Tomball team that we saw last year.
No.
And Brook Hill now with a chance, hey, look, it's a confidence builder because offensively, really, Vince, we've done what we wanted to do in terms of the run game. Now, the passing game, we've missed some opportunities, but – we've had the ball 3 times. 2 times we scored. The third time, the clock runs out, right? Just 3 drives.
And I'm gonna say this might be a chance for you to get a rhythm offensively with passing. Because the way there's a big mismatch between the Warriors' offense and the Guards' defense. Like it's just one-sided.
Yeah.
I don't think I don't want to say it like this, but I kind of just feel like they may not see the end zone tonight because they haven't really gotten close. Well, they did on that first drive.
Yeah,
they did on the first drive, but eventually the guard caught up to them and shut it down. And since then, it's just kind of been one-sided.
And I think, look, we always talk about how it takes the offense a minute to settle in.
Yeah.
I think it takes the defense a minute to settle in as well, and that's what you saw on the first drive. That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
But I think, too, the pace of the game is playing in Brook Hill's favor at this point. And I'll say this. I said it earlier. Yes, the next 2 weeks you're playing teams you should beat. And that's scary, right? But you want to go in with as much confidence as you can. So that's the first thing. The second thing is your playoff opponents are going to get this game. You're going to usually get the last 3. So this is a game your playoff opponent's going to want to see. And so I would say you take the opportunity to put as many different things, like we saw with the fake extra point attempt down here. Put as many things on film as you can and make them have to work on those things, right? I mean, I think it is a great opportunity to cause your opponent in the first round playoffs to have to waste some time.
Yeah.
And that seems, people don't always think about that, right? Like that's something that you're like, man, that seems so crazy. But I mean, Vince, I've been in those workrooms on Saturday mornings before a playoff game, and you're like, man, we have to work on X, Y, Z, and A, B, and C.
It can be overwhelming.
It's a lot. And then the week of practice, you only have so much time to practice. And so you're having to practice things, and you get in a game, and you never see it. Yeah. And there's some of that in every game, right? I mean, every week you do that to some extent. But in the playoffs, it's even more important because it is literally win or go home.
Yeah.
And so I think that's what they have a chance to do as well here. And what I love about this game, Vince, they've already said, you know what, we don't need the rest of the 5 minutes. Let's go ahead and take it off and get the second half ready to go. Yeah. And I'm ready.
Let's do it.
And Brook Hill will start with the football in the second half after winning the opening coin toss and deferring. And it worked out. Anytime you can defer and you get a stop on the first drive and score on the next drive, it's a pretty good situation for you. So I'm excited. I'm ready to see what this offense is going to do here in the second half.
I mean, like I said, I want to see what they put up out there. Like, you know, I want to see some different packages, some different plays. You know, maybe throw a couple of more downfield. Let's see what we got offensively. So, we obviously know PA could take over this game if he wanted.
Yeah,
to.
I'm honest.
So,
I just say give it to him.
I'm questioning, do you give it to him or do you just tell him to sit down? Like, let's just go ahead and sit down. You're done for the night.
No, well, you know, there's some truth to that. He was a little banged up a few weeks back, and so his carries were kind of limited. He still had some great nights. I think there's maybe a little bit of that. I do think if you get a lead, you see some of those guys come out.
Yeah.
By the way, as we're talking, some of PA's family and friends are listening to us here on NETSN, and so thanks for listening.
Yeah, we appreciate
it. From
it.
Cantley, Quebec, Canada.
Oh, okay.
I got to be honest, I got no idea where that is.
I don't either.
We had a little fun. We had a little fun last week, Vince. I'm going to ask
Okay.
you. Do you know how many teams are in the Canadian Football League?
Oh, man. If I had to guess, 16.
Actually, just 9.
Wow. Okay.
Just 9. And can you name any of those 9? Don't feel bad. Chad
I can't.
Yeah.
But I will say this. There was a period in my life when I did watch Canadian
Absolutely.
football.
Why not?
I just haven't watched it recently.
And Tomball goes for the surprise onside kick, and it goes out of bounds. And so Brook Hill will have it 1st and 10 near midfield. So it's a good thing if it works out for you, Tomball, but it didn't. And now you're giving this offense that's had a lot of success, you're giving them the ball.
Yeah.
Ball is spotted on the Brook Hill 48-yard line.
You're going to make me brush up on my Canadian
On your
culture.
Canadian. Yeah, no, listen, I have been threatening for weeks, and I just don't have the time to do this.
Yeah.
I want a French-Canadian touchdown call for when he scores. I see all PA's family listening, and I, you know what? It's on my list for next week. I don't know where I'm going to find the time to do it, but I'm going to.
Yeah, I'm going to definitely be Googling tonight all things Canadian.
Maybe I should just get my phone and Google Translate. I don't know if that would work or not. So it must have been it was first touched at the 47, and so Brook Hill has it at the Tomball 47-yard line. Ryle hands off to PA. Why not? And he's brought down after a gain of about a yard.
Yeah.
And it's number 84 leading the way on the stop for the Warriors. That's Zephaniah Villagomez, who has 30 tackles on the year.
Okay.
Now, we did notice this. And I can't see all the way there now, but it looked like Jacob Mole, who's their big-time defensive tackle, their leading tackler, did not have his pads on when they came out for the second half. That could be a big development to watch for here for that Warrior defense. Checking over to the sideline to see if they can check the play. I like this pace. I like getting up there, not giving the defense a chance to do any subbing. There's Ryle.
Okay, there we go.
Quick pass to Yates, and there's Daniel for his first catch of the night.
Yeah.
I know Daniel's mom watching tonight. Daniel, a part of the homecoming court as well. He was a King nominee. I guess we'll mention while we're here, Blair Brister was named homecoming queen tonight, and Jose Gonzalez was named homecoming king. So, congrats to those two.
Congrats.
I was never the homecoming king, Vince.
I was not either. You know, I went to TJC and I was nominated.
Okay.
Which I thought was crazy that I was nominated.
I love it, man.
You know, I didn't win, but I thought that was pretty cool.
3rd and 3. They give it to PA, and he's got the first down, still fighting his way through. Also see from Brazil in the chat tonight. So we got Canada, we got Brazil, we got Finland, we got Mexico. By the way, Marcelo Arachea's parents are watching as well, number 65. He'll be in there in a minute on defense. We've got my son Luke's watching up there in Norman, Oklahoma tonight.
All right.
So 1st and 10 for the guard at the 31 of the Warriors. 10:18 to play. Ryle will hand it to PA again. PA makes one move, finds his way back into the middle of the field and up near the 20. He's going to have a first down again.
Again, up the middle.
Man,
how tall is PA?
He's little. He's little.
I just realized, like, he's one of those guys that when you snap the ball, you almost lose track of him.
Okay, look, I said this a couple weeks ago, and I don't want you to hit me when I say this. Very Emmitt Smithish in his build and his vision. Like it's, I mean, look, I don't know. I don't want to claim the guy to be Emmitt Smith, but I will say that in his size and the way he runs and the way he's able,
you kind of saw it on that run.
Yeah, you lose him, and that's, as a Cowboy fan, that was always a great guy to have on your team, and I love having PA on our team here. Ryle looking to pass deep down the sideline for Hargett, just missed him. Just missed Brig Hargett. And Brig,
that was.
By the way, I just thought about this when we threw it to Brig. You said earlier that number 23 for the Warriors, Caden Goody, might be the fastest guy on the field.
Yeah.
I bet Brig would have something to say about that. Brig Hargett is so fast, man. He is super fast. And you saw that there. He actually, guess what? He ran right by number 23.
He did?
That was him over here on the side.
He took that person.
All right, good, Brig. You got it. I'll tell Vince that he's wrong. Don't worry.
Hey, it's my first game back. I'm sorry.
Oh, man. It's just like riding a bike, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
2nd and 10. The handoff to Gandy, and Gandy at the middle. He just loves contact. Coaching Gandy on JV the last couple of years, I've just told him, Grant, you don't have to hit somebody every play. You don't have to.
Yeah.
But he loves it.
Yeah, some people just love it.
And it's 3rd down and 5 now for the guard. Ball's at the 16 as we're at 9:15 and counting in the 3rd quarter. Our man Chad Grubbs, by the way, Vince, he was he said that he was going to try to be back by 9:15 or 9:30. Of course, his daughter's cheering, so he wants to come in and see her.
Okay.
He texted me and said, I don't like the pace of this game. By 9:15, we might be headed home, which I love.
Yeah.
We're going to have a timeout on the field here, and I don't see who called it, but we'll take that quick timeout with them here on NETSN.
Brook Hill is more than a school.
I am more than a teacher.
We're more than a classroom.
This is more than a performance. That is more than a scoreboard.
At Brook Hill, you are more than a student. Brook Hill provides a Christ-centered education that more than prepares students for college. It prepares them for life. Brook Hill is a place to grow, a place to belong, a place to thrive. Are you ready for more?
All right, back here at Harrington Stadium on NETSN. I want to make mention, I heard Coach Dawkins say a couple things in a couple of these timeouts. Our volleyball team did win today. They finished 3rd in the district tournament, so they will their first playoff game will be in the area round on November 4th, I believe.
All right.
That's the deadline. So they could play the 3rd or 4th, either one, but that's when they'll play their first playoff game. And then the cross-country team heads to the state cross-country meet on Monday. 5 runners will be in action on Monday in the TAPS cross-country meet.
Wow.
So a lot of things going on. 3rd down and 5 here for the guard at the 16-yard line. 9:05 to play in the 3rd quarter. You got PA on one side, and they're going to fake the handoff to Bo.
Is he going to it again?
Ryle.
Oh.
You know what? Good decision there. I know you don't want to take a sack, Vince, but it's better than the alternative of throwing one into coverage and getting an interception.
I felt like he was looking in that corner again. I felt like he kind of wanted another shot at that.
And here we go. I said earlier I wanted the field goal try. Here we go.
Yeah.
So it's going to be a 42-yard attempt for Javier Gavito. Look, he's got the leg. The leg is not going to be the issue, so don't have to worry about that. Now, as long as he hits it clean. Wisner, the holder. Casper Hansen, the deep snapper. Clock's at 8:25 and counting. And Gavito from 42 gets the kick away. I told you he's got the leg. Let's see, was it through? They're going to say it was wide left, it looked like.
Man.
But he was good.
Yeah,
he had the distance
I couldn't tell
50.
from up here. It looked good to me.
Yeah, he had it. It was way high.
Yeah.
So he was good from 50 or 52 there, but just missed. So,
you know, it's good to have a guy like that on your team because, I mean, you could be pinned back here and you have no fear of sending him out there.
And Gavito was another nominee for the Homecoming King tonight.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I think maybe that was his way to get him back. If he'd been named King, he'd have made that one maybe. 1st and 10 for the Warriors now. 8:17 to play in the 3rd quarter. Their first drive of the second half is a handoff to Heward, and in typical Heward fashion, lowers the shoulders and picks up 6.
And that's what I'm talking about. He lowers that shoulder and his head. He really had space there to move around, but he's not really watching. He's not really.
I think those last 3 yards he was backpedaling anyway. I mean,
yeah.
They gave him 7 on the play, by the way. I thought it was closer to 5 or 6, but it'll be 2nd and 3 for the Warriors. Clock continuing to run at 7:40. And they're going to keep Heward back there in the backfield. And Alderson going to hand it to him again, right up the gut. Cody Clark, first one to get there. Eli Hall joins in on the fun, a gain of about 8 on the play. And so
that's his biggest gain of the night.
Yeah, and, you know, that's 2 carries, 15 yards. Heward getting a little something going.
Yeah. I mean, if he keeps his head up, he could probably get a couple of yards every play. Now, being honest, Brook Hill's probably trying to, let that clock run. So.
Yeah, I'm saying just go ahead and run the football, man. Now,
yeah, they'll let him get a little bit.
I mean, look, as convincingly as it feels like Brook Hill's up in this game, it's still only a 2-score game.
It really is.
That's the scary part.
That will change if Tomball gets a score here.
Yep. Alderson now looking to pass. There's a pressure, and Body knocks it away. Breck's Body again with the play.
Okay.
What a great football name, too. Breck's Body.
Yeah.
Brett's younger brother's a freshman. His name's Jet. Breck's and Jet Body. And my favorite body's in my 6th grade Bible class, Bliss, their little sister. So, but no, Breck's, welcome back, Breck's. He's had a couple of weeks now playing really well for this defense.
I like it. That was a good knock. That was a good batted pass.
Those 2 outside linebackers have made a huge difference for this defense. All 4 linebackers played really well, but fake the handoff.
Oh, he tapped it again.
Yeah, and he's once again sidearm from the quarterback. Like, don't do it.
Like I would, as a coach, that would just drive me nuts. Like I just couldn't. I can't do that.
I feel like I say this every week about something, but just don't do it. Don't do it. You don't have to do that.
We have to correct that. If we don't do nothing else, we have to correct that.
6:46 to play in the 3rd quarter. It's 3rd and 10 now for the Warriors. Ball's at the 40. And the crowd getting into it here. I like it. Alderson looking over the defense, trying to find the number advantage, and he's just going to hand it off. And that's Abraham, and Abraham picks up about, well, they're giving him 6.
6, okay.
Look, credit to him. Put his shoulders down and picked up another couple of yards. He was hit after about 3.
Yeah.
It's going to be 4th and 4.
A little pushing going on down there. But.
And it'll be interesting to see what they'll do here. I mean, they're leaving the offense out there. I mean, I almost think you have to, the way the clock's running.
Yeah.
16 and counting in the 3rd quarter. 4th down and 4 from their own 46. They're going to go for it.
Looks like they're taking Franklin out. Franklin hurt.
Yeah, they go 5 wide, empty backfield. Alderson
he's going up top.
Great coverage by Body, incomplete.
Okay, that's the second time now. He's losing the ball when he looks up. He can't find it.
Well, if you know, listen, I've never coached receivers, never been a receiver, so I don't claim to know this. But I'm tell you,
I'm from the offensive line.
It seems to me like he's not looking back at the ball. He's just at the last minute looking up over his back, almost like Willie Mays style, right?
And then trying to
find it instead of tracking the ball.
Yeah.
But we're going to get a personal foul roughing the passer, it looks like, against the defense.
Oh, wow.
Personal foul.
I was watching the pass, so I don't know what happened.
I didn't see it either.
Personal foul against the guard.
So that's going to be a first down. So a big 4th down stop ends up being a big first down for the Warriors here. And now this defense has got a little pressure on them here, Vince. They got to hang on to this thing now. 1st and 10 at the 39. 5:53 to play in the third quarter. And trying to draw that defense off sides. Good job there by that defensive front. The handoff goes to Heward, and Heward up the middle. Look, now he's got a little something. Now he's up for about a 9-yard gain.
I don't know, but maybe somebody told him, like, look up.
Yeah, I mean,
you don't have to be the fastest guy on the field, but look up. There's a hole there. There's a gap there.
He's listed at 6'4", 225. I mean, he's got the size. It reminds me of Little League football, where it's like, oh man, this kid's a great running back. No, he's just the biggest.
He's the biggest.
You know, I mean, he's not a good running back, guys. He's just big. 5'20", but no, Heward is doing a much better job in the second half.
Yeah, he really is.
5:13 and counting third quarter. 13-0 the guard lead. And Alderson looking to pass, and it's high, but it's caught.
High, but he got it.
And once again, he's really taken away the ability for his receivers to go make plays.
Yeah.
He got to Charlie Harrison there, who's 6'1", but man, Harrison
he hasn't really settled.
No, he hasn't.
So
it's an odd delivery. You know, we've seen him go sidearm, we've seen him float balls, sell a few.
Yeah.
They do get the first down on the play. It's 1st and 10 at the 26. And I guess we're sitting there criticizing. He's getting the job done.
He's getting it done.
1st and 10. 2 receivers to either side. And Alderson, quick pass over here.
Man, that was too low.
Abraham.
Oh, look.
Yeah, it hit the ground.
Oh.
It did hit the ground. But let me tell you, we better be glad it hit the ground, because if not, he was going to score.
Yeah, that was a touchdown. If he. Oh, he's mad about that. He wanted that.
And we got a flag down. What do we got here?
Let's see what's going on.
A lot of conversation. I can't even imagine. Maybe was there a hole?
It must have been.
I mean, did the inside receiver going to screen, or going to set the screen? It does look like the umpire is ready to move them back. Let's see what the call is. Thanks once again to Braden with the camera work. You're getting a good look at the official there. Okay. Unsportsmanlike conduct against the offense.
Wow.
Oh, okay. I'm not a great lip reader, but it looks like when number 2, when the play was blown dead, he threw the football down. That's what they got him for. I'm watching the screen here. It says it looks like it was for throwing the football. So that's unfortunate for them.
Yeah, that is.
Good for us at this point.
I don't even know if I call that. I don't know. I mean,
here's the thing: you almost have to the first time, otherwise it gets out of control. But I'm with you. Like the kid's frustrated.
Yeah,
it's been a frustrating night for him.
Yeah.
So what are we talking about now? That's a 15-yard mark off, and we're going to talk some more. Makes our job a lot harder when they're going to talk so much. But they are marking off that 15-yard penalty.
Wow.
And it'll make it second down and 25.
I mean, that hurts. My God, that hurts.
They changed the down marker there. It should be second down. There it is. All right, at some point, just tell them what they did and move on, right?
Yeah.
Part of being a good official, and these guys have gotten most of the calls right tonight. I'll give them credit for that. But take control of the game and tell the guy we're done talking about it.
If I was Tomball right here, I'd probably go 5 wide again.
Yeah, second and 25. They fake the handoff again. Looking deep down the field, and it's caught and dropped. He had Charlie Harrison. Harrison had a step on Mettinen, but he couldn't hold on to it. It's going to be third down and 25.
He had everything he wanted right there.
I see some of Nico's family talking about what a great experience it was to be here at Brook Hill last week and the atmosphere. You said it in the pregame.
Yeah.
Nico from Finland.
On out.
I mean, just
get
what
on
an
a flight.
experience.
Come on.
It's a pretty long flight, Vince. That's a pretty long flight.
Yeah.
I'm not doing that. That's a long way.
Yeah.
I get too claustrophobic on that thing to go that far.
Yeah. As far as I've been is Mexico.
That's far enough.
I don't think I'm going to do it again. No time soon.
Third down and 25. They're going to fake the pass and hand off to Heward on the draw, and Heward across the 35.
Okay. Looks like he got
he gains about 8 yards.
8 yards on it. Okay.
And it's going to be fourth down and 17. And look, at that point, I think you're assuming you're going to go for it on fourth down.
Yeah.
For the Warriors, the ball is on the Brook.
We're at 4:08 and counting, so the number of possessions, we said maybe 4 in the second half. This is their first one. Each team, Brook Hill had the ball once, now Tomball the first time. We're 8 minutes into the quarter.
I'm telling you, I would just 5 wide and just throw up a prayer. Somebody's got to be open.
Alderson looking to pass, and it's a short pass. That is very confusing, but it's not going to work. They got it to Daniel Abraham. I thought maybe he had a little more room there, but the defense did a great job of chasing him down.
Just got back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I'm telling you, great job of gang tackling there by the defense of rallying up and making a stop. So a great stop by this defense. And with 3:39 to play in the third quarter, they take over, already up with a 13-point lead.
Yeah, first down at the 26.
At the 26-yard line. And I would suspect we get a heavy dose of the run game here.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Although I want to see a little trick action. Last week we ran a double reverse flea flicker events. First off, I'm surprised we had the time. I mean, who has the time to run a double reverse flea flicker? And we had the guy open, we just missed him. Rowell hands to a PA, and PA off the right side gains about 3. Man, they're going to give him 4 to the 30. It's going to be second down, and now they're going to say 3. Second down and 7.
Okay.
Coach Suzanne Brawley checking in. My assistant coach. Basketball season start events. First week of practice this week.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready. Second down and 7.
Oh!
I think they might have drawn him off sides.
Yep, there it is.
Now, I'm curious. Are they going to call it on the offensive lineman for moving again, right? They pointed at him again. Or are they going to say, look at him talking here?
I feel like it's going to be on the offense. Because you could cross the line of scrimmage as long as you don't touch nobody, right?
Well, if you draw the movement, and I think what's happening is that when they point, that's not drawing the movement, right? I think they need to. I think the offensive line to get it needs to go forward. Now, if you remember right, they called to delay a game against Tomball. Maybe they were simulating the snap count in the first half. Let's see what the call is going to be. I'm with you. I think they're going to call it against the offense here. My man waits a long. They did call it against the defense.
They called it, yeah. Okay.
A delay game again.
Wow.
5-yard penalty against the Warriors.
So that's something we haven't seen all year, Vince, but I do like the fact that you call that if they are simulating the snap count. Second down and 2 now after the penalty. Rowell takes a snap, gives it to Gandy. Gandy has the first down, and he lost the football just across the 40. He's brought down there think that's Cole Schluter who brought him down, but on the recovery there.
That's number 84.
84, Zephaniah Villagomez. We talked about him earlier.
Yep. Ball is on the turf. Recovered by the Warriors.
So this defense now, as well as they played in the first half and as well as they played on the last drive, a little pressure here because the good field position for the Warriors to start. 2:57 to play in the third quarter. I just saw Coach Collins tell the safeties, watch the deep ball here. It is time. If they have one in the playbook, Vince, they got to do it now.
I don't even care if you got one in the playbook. You got
draw
to
it
throw
up
it deep. You draw it up right here, just like you used to do back in the day. You know, draw it in the dirt.
Try to find it. Now, I'm with you. I mean, that's
you gotta make something happen here.
Yeah, what they have been doing is not going to work.
So that's why I said when I saw that they had a 5-wide package, I'm like, I'm running that the rest of the game. I'm not changing that.
So they have Heward in there again at the back. They're going to hand it off to him and
almost like he didn't want to.
Yeah, it was almost a fumble there. I think he was going to pull it and try to throw it.
I think he was trying to. Yeah, I think he was too.
Either way, it almost cost him because that ball, we could see it from here. That was very close to being on the ground.
Yeah.
So he gained 6. Now let's say 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5. 2:33 counting in the third quarter. See what they do here. They are not spreading it out. I'm with you, Vince. I would expect them to spread it out a lot more than they are right now.
Because Brook Hill's defense, man, they really winning that battle up front. I'm trying to get away from them linebackers.
And a quick pass over here to Abraham, and he dropped it. And it was they're going to say, this guy, now that is a big-time screw-up here by the officiating crew because the line judge said it was a backwards pass, and it was, and the white hat blew the whistle. So the thing is, that could have been a big loss. Instead, it's 3rd down and 5. I mean, that was going to be 3rd down and 10 or 11 probably. Credit to the guy on this side for getting it right. But it's like any other sport, Vince. If one official blows a whistle and says it's dead, you can't make it live again.
Yeah, can't do nothing about it.
3rd and 5.
It's 3rd and 5. Like, get this is.
Yeah, you just got to be ready.
It on both downs. If you don't get this all in one.
Here we go. Here comes the pressure.
He's going for it all.
Good coverage once again. And he's going to pull it down and be dropped for a loss. Isaac Lundqvist was the first one to get there. There was pressure by Sidney Rouleau as well. Hayden Watson in there. And he's going to lose about 3 yards. It's going to be 4th down and 8.
I think we got a guy down. Yeah.
There is a guy down. And we will take a quick – we hadn't had one yet. We'll take a quick timeout here. 1:47 to play in the third quarter. 13-0 Brook Hill leads. We'll be right back.
We have gone insane here at CDL Training Academy. Get your CDL fast for only $2,900. How can we do this?
Because we're a crazy boys.
Get down to Henderson now. Call or click today to get your CDL.
Struggling with mobility, chronic pain, work, or sports injury? At Azalea Orthopedics, our team of highly trained physicians specialize in complete orthopedic care, pain management, sports medicine, physical medicine, and rehabilitation. If you've sustained a bone or joint injury, have mobility or movement problems, struggle with pain, contact Azalea Orthopedics. We're conveniently located across East Texas, serving 18 counties. When visiting your doctor, urgent care, or hospital, you have a choice. Demand Azalea. At Azalea Orthopedics, your health is our priority.
All right, back here at Harrington Stadium, we want to thank all of our sponsors. You're seeing those commercials during all those timeouts. And if you're watching and want to support NETSN and what Brett has done, Vince has been around for a long time with Brett and NETSN. And, man, just providing all this coverage for all these local high school athletes, it's a great deal. And so reach out to those guys. You can reach them at netsnlive@gmail.com. You can there's all kind of ways you can reach NETSN. Also, download the app. All kind of scores.
If you don't have the app, download the app.
And it's free.
It's free. Nobody's charging you anything here.
All you got to do is try to win the pick'em.
I haven't had time to do the pick'ems this year.
Well, I've been doing it, but I might as well not have been because it hasn't gone real well. So after the injury, it's 4th down and 8. 1:47 to play, and Alderson looking to pass. And over to the far sideline, I think he caught it. Yeah, he did. Trying to get it to number 88 there, and he does. as that's Luke Harrison. Harrison's our leading receiver. He hasn't done a lot tonight. They have targeted him a few times, but a good job there by Harrison to catch that pass. He had to go out and catch that one. That was good.
That completion is good for a
First and 10 at the 32 now. A minute and a half to play in the third quarter.
If you're Tomball, the time is now. You get this score right before the half, get another defensive stop.
Yeah, this game's not out of the woods, and it's a game that Brook Hill has really dominated. Quick pass. It's high again to Goody, and they're going to be able to tackle him because of it.
They want him to get going so bad, but
and he could if they would not throw the ball so high.
Yeah.
And Cody Clark with a nice tackle there to hang on to him. Good job, Cody. And it's second down and 13. Under a minute to play now in this third quarter. We haven't talked about it a lot. We did some. This Tomball offensive line, they are big. I'm going to read off some of these sizes to you, by the way. 6'3", 290, 6 foot, 250, 6'1", 305, 6 foot, 280.
Wow.
Hey, that's a big front. Alderson, pump
their
fakes,
job.
looking to pass, and
look
he's
at
not
that.
going to. Oh, he almost caught that. He was trying to get it to, I think that's number 11. That's not number 11. That is, I think that's probably 9, Charlie Harrison.
Yeah, that's 9.
And really, they wanted a pass interference call there, but the truth is the receiver stopped and ran into the DB.
Yeah.
So third down and 13, another third and long. And Tomball's had more success in the second half on third down. So you need to stop here. See Eli Hall, number 50, coming in here. Man, that dude is so fast off the edge in that defensive end spot.
I'd send a blitz. I'd rush the pass.
I thought they'd go 5 wide again here, too. They do not. And here comes Hall. And Hall, he couldn't hold on to it. But here still comes great coverage, and he has to throw it away. Lacasse Grandin and Arche almost got to him. And it's going to be fourth down and 13 now.
He evaded that sack, man.
Also in there, Marcelo Arachea.
Arche and Lacasse Grandin were able to force that incompletion, but it started with Eli Hall going to get him.
Yeah.
And it's fourth down and 13, and they don't have a choice but to go for it. 20 seconds to play in the third quarter, down 2 scores. They're not even guaranteed to get it 2 more times if they don't pick it up here.
Yeah. 20 seconds left on the clock.
Play clock is down to 5. They're going to have to hurry here to snap this thing. Down to 2 and 1. They do finally get it away. Looking to pass. He's going deep, looking for Harrison again. And it is caught.
He caught it.
And that's just the height advantage, right? We've talked about it all night. And really,
I see it.
We've been saying it. Why haven't they gone to it earlier?
Now I see it. Because, that was a good catch. I mean, he saw it. He stopped and went up for it,
Luke Harrison. And listen, Witten was there in coverage.
Witten is there.
Yeah, nothing. I mean, you can't make yourself taller, right?
Yeah, you can't do nothing about that.
He timed his jump right. Everything was perfect.
Yeah.
But we've played 3 quarters here at Harrington Stadium, and with 12 minutes to play, Brook Hill leads 13-0. We're going to take a timeout. We'll be right back.
This is where legends rise and moments are made.
They're still on his feet. Come on, let's still on his feet.
From the buzzer beaters to the game winners, we bring you the action. Raw, real, relentless. We cover every angle, every story. From the streets to the stadiums.
He's going all the way.
Your favorite athletes. Your teams.
Ford breaks a tackle. Oh my gosh.
Your passion. All in one place. New games, live shows.
Here he goes. He's got some blockers.
This is the future of sports media.
There he goes. Picker into the secondary.
This isn't just a network. This is a movement.
Ooh, he ran over the defender.
Welcome to NETSN Game On.
Okay, we are back here at Harrington Stadium with 12 minutes to play in this one. And Brook Hill on top 13-0. But Tomball now with a 1st and goal from the 8-yard line. For those of you who do partake in this, the World Series, we're tied up 2-2 now. The Dodgers took a 2-0 lead. Now Blue Jays have tied it back up. 2-2 in Game 1 of the World Series tonight. We might get home to watch the end of it. I don't know. 4th quarter of play here.
Oh,
Tomball hands it off, and he's dropped in the backfield. Tries to go to Heward again. And that's Isaac Lundqvist in on the stop.
Okay. Nice stop there by number 6, Isaac Lundqvist.
So 2nd and goal. He lost a couple on the play. It's 2nd and goal from the 9 now. This defense, you have to think here. You can get one more stop here.
Yeah.
If you can stop them this possession, you give yourself a little breathing room here. Alderson will fake the handoff, looking to pass. He's going to be sacked. And a great job there by Hayden Watson and Brantley Bruno to get to him. And they're going to drop him for a loss of 3. It's going to be 3rd and goal from the 13. Makes it a lot easier when you can do that.
Hayden Watson on the nice stop for a loss. The ball is moved back to the 12.
Tomball, you're too close right now to not send one to the end zone.
Yeah, I mean, it would have to be disheartening to them if they don't score here, right?
You gotta shoot for the end zone. It's 3rd down. Your next 2 plays.
10:40 and counting in the ball game. 13-0 Brook Hill leads. And Alderson's going to roll out, looking to pass. Great coverage over there again. He's trying to get it to Harrison and knocked away by Witten. It wasn't Harrison, by the way.
Yeah, that's
I believe that's number.
That's Abraham, James Abraham.
Yeah, it's
number 1.
Yeah, number 1. Okay, that's the first time they tried to go to him.
And switch it up.
Witten redeems himself there with a great knock, a great deflection.
Yeah.
So here we go now. 4th and goal from the 12. This is. You know, it's hard to say this early in the 4th quarter, but it almost feels like it's the game.
Yeah.
For
Tomball.
For
Tomball, yeah.
You almost feel like they have to make something happen. 4th and goal. Big play here for this defense. Alderson.
All right.
Looking to pass. There comes the pressure. He's going to be hit, and the ball incomplete. And a flag. No way.
Wow. I mean, if. That has got to be the luckiest thing.
I mean, the ball is hit. There is no way. Vince, I promise. I tell Brett I try not to get on him, but
yeah,
that's bad.
Yeah. Wow.
I mean, they're going to call pass interference.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's legit.
Pass was incomplete, but there is a flag on the play.
And he's going to, he probably should stay away from this sideline for a little bit. That's a bad call, man. That's a bad call. And the question is, why are they moving the ball to the 2-yard line? It should be at the 6. It's a half the distance to the goal.
Half the distance to the goal. I just thought about that.
It's half the distance. The 2-yard line is not right.
1st and goal for the Warriors.
Wow.
They.
Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that at all. Alderson in the shotgun's going to hand it to. He's going to fake the handoff, and he's going to be brought down to the backfield. Greg Lacasse-Grandin with a stop.
Wow, I mean, that's a play.
Another Canadian.
Is a play. Wow.
Gregor Grandin with the sack in the backfield moves the ball back.
Man, that's a big play there by Greg. Man, I still am not. I don't like the pass interference call in the first place, but I sure don't like the mark there, the spotting of the ball. Now, listen, I don't claim to know everything. Our coaching staff is not on them about it, so maybe there was some explanation there that we don't know.
Yeah.
2nd and goal now from the 6. They're going to hand it off to Goody, and Goody's going to be hit and drop
back.
It looks like, let's see what they're going to give him. They're going to say he got up to the 5, so they're going to give him about a yard. And, well, it depends. The far side.
The penetration into the backfield moves the ball back to the 8-yard line.
Let's see. Where are they going to spot it? They're going to spot it to 5. So they're going to say he got a yard, and that's probably a good spot. I think the forward progress probably got in there.
I don't know if Tomball's getting in there now, because now I'm starting to remember things. It's coming back to me. This is that cannonball defense.
There you go. I hadn't heard it one time yet. Here we are.
Now I remember.
Here we are.
This is what you're afraid of.
3rd and goal at the 5.
Because when they get hungry, man, they get greedy.
Quick pass. They're going to hand it off, and he's hitting the backfield.
I'm telling you, man, when they get hungry, they get greedy, bro. They're not giving you nothing.
Hayden Watson, Sidney Rouleau gets in there.
Look at them. All of them are like, look at them. They're
and
all
a
excited.
Flag. Oh. They are going to throw a flag. What are we throwing a flag on now?
What?
That's just a sideline warning. Okay.
Okay. Get back. Get back.
Now, that's the funny thing. Those guys have been on the field the entire night. They're on the field as we speak, by the way. The ball's back to the 9-yard line, by the way, after the play. And it's 4th and goal from the 9. And the white hat wants to take control now. There's 8 minutes left, and now he's telling everybody to get on the sideline. Here we go, 4th and goal from the 9. As big of a play as we've had all night. I'll call it. This is the ball game. And it looks like Tomball called a timeout. Probably a good decision. Whatever run play you had, it wasn't going to work. We'll take a timeout with them here on NETSN.
Struggling with mobility, chronic pain, work, or sports injury? At Azalea Orthopedics, our team of highly trained physicians specialize in complete orthopedic care, pain management, sports medicine, physical medicine, and rehabilitation. If you've sustained a bone or joint injury, have mobility or movement problems, struggle with pain, contact Azalea Orthopedics. We're conveniently located across East Texas, serving 18 counties. When visiting your doctor, urgent care, or hospital, you have a choice. Demand Azalea. At Azalea Orthopedics, your health is our priority.
We have gone insane here at CDL Training Academy. Get your CDL fast for only $2,900. How can we do this?
Because we're a crazy boys.
Get down to Henderson now. Call or click today to get your CDL.
All right, back here at Harrington Stadium, 4th and goal from the 9. I'll say it, Vince, it's the ball game. If they don't score here, it's over.
I'm going to be honest with you. Now that I've seen the light now. I thought the cannonball defense is here. It's over.
Alderson's going to pitch it to Goody. You said he's fast, but look at this defense. Getting over there,
nothing.
And he's not going to score.
Absolutely nothing.
Attaboy. It looked like the first one to get over there. Who was that? Looks like Cody Clark got over there first. And it's a turnover on downs. And I'll tell you, Vince, unless we do something stupid, it's the ball game.
It's game. It's game.
And I think you just took their will from them right there. I mean, they had the ball 1st and goal at the 2.
That's how you break people right there. Ain't no momentum coming back after that. Nah.
It's been a long time since there's been a shutout for the Guard. And we are 7:55 away from that.
Don't fumble this ball. Just don't fumble it.
Don't say that. Don't say it. Don't say it. No, Rao looks over the defense. 10 on the play clock. He will take the snap. He's going to hand it off to Gandy.
Okay.
And Gandy off the left side up across the 10. And he gains about 5 yards. They may say 6. And you said earlier, here comes that man again. Here's PA checking in.
Yeah, mama, there goes that man.
And Daniel Yates checks in as well. So you get the big, deep threat at receiver over here at the receiver. You're going to have Gandy and PA in the backfield together. And if you're the defense, what in the world do you worry? What do you?
I don't know.
What do you focus on here? Having a little video issue here, but we will stay with the audio. We apologize. We'll get that fixed. Rao will hand off to LaPointe. LaPointe off the right side. Up to about the 12. He may gain a little bit there, not much.
Maybe about a yard or two.
Up the middle.
7 minutes and counting.
Gets 1.
But the real objective here is just to run out the clock.
The ball is on the Brook Hill.
3rd down and 3.
You don't have to do nothing extra. You ain't got to do nothing special. We're just going to let this clock ride out.
12-yard line. The line to gain is just outside the 15.
Hey, there's the camera back.
Here we go.
My man Braden up on top of it up there.
Yeah.
3rd down and 3. 6:30 and counting. Rao gives it to, he's going to fake the handoff. Pitch to Gandy. Gandy off the right side of the 15, up to the 20. He's got the first down.
That's a good play.
It is a great play. And the fact that you have to focus so much on PA,
yeah,
it's there all the time.
If you lose him, man, golly, that could be really bad.
And what this coaching staff has done a good job of is formation the defense into what they want, right? They're putting everybody on that left side. They're one-on-one with Yates. There's no edge defender. That's, you know, for being a part of this staff, I'm going to tell you that they are going to sit down on Saturday mornings. They're going to say, look, if we can do this, here's our advantage. And they're going to take advantage of it. That's what they've done tonight. 1st and 10 at the 20. The handoff to PA, and a great defensive play there, but PA still fights his way forward for a gain of a yard.
I mean, he takes that shot and he just rolls and
up the middle.
He's got that forward motion, forward progress going.
5:40 and counting in the ball game.
2nd down and 9 for the guard.
I mean,
the ball is on the Brook Hill.
You know, the bad news is, Vince, usually on a Friday night after a game, you can go to Whataburger and get breakfast because it's late enough.
Yeah.
Ain't happening tonight. It's breakfast is a few hours away. 2nd down and 9 for the guard, 5:19 and counting. Play clock at 10. The guard is just they're gonna milk this thing as much as they can.
Yeah.
Ultimately, you don't want to give them the ball back. You want to end it by taking a knee.
Oh my God!
The ball is on the turf, but I think he got it back on top of it. He did. And really just loses maybe a foot or so.
Yeah.
It's going to be 3rd down and a long 9 here. Under 5 minutes to play in the game now. 4:53 and counting.
3rd down and 9.
They can run this thing down under 4.5 minutes on this play. And they're quick to the line, but I bet they're going to try to draw them off. Let's see. Yep, there you go. They don't do it. So check over here to the sideline. 3rd down and a long 9 for the guard. Play clock down to 4. Rowell takes a snap, gives it to PA. PA up the middle. 25. PA has the first down. Up to the 35-yard line. A gain of 14 on the play.
That kid is something special.
And I think the guard can almost run this thing down to 0 now.
Yeah.
One more first down and they can.
Yeah. Like I said, that was the goal. When you got that ball back, hey, we're just running out the clock. We're going to run, and we're going to run.
And Tomball still shocking to me. He's going to hold on to their timeouts here. Maybe they call it. Maybe they call it after the first down here. I don't know.
End of the game, please remain in the bleachers and wait till our team comes.
But they're just letting us take the clock down. If they don't call timeouts here, they're going to
remain in the bleachers.
They've only got one left.
So we can sing the fight song with the team.
Ball at the 35. Rowell going to give it to PA again. PA up the middle.
Look at that.
35-40. 45. Get outside, big fella. Up across midfield. Still going. And they're going to say it's a penalty against the Warriors.
I didn't think he was being real aggressive, but
I think it's because I think it's going to be a horse collar. Yeah, that's what the signal is.
Oh, okay.
He did grab him, pull him down from the back.
Yeah.
First down. Thanks to that run by PA.
Oh, they're going to say no flag. Okay, you know what? Either way,
it don't matter.
Now, are they going to let the clock run? They should start the clock again. There we go. No, just the play clock.
PA's got to be close.
Yeah, they're running the clock. Here we go.
About 200.
I bet he's close to 200.
Yeah.
I want to again say welcome back to all of our alumni who came back.
Play clock down to 10, so Brook Hill, you're on first down. They're going to have to get another first down to roll this thing. Rowell gives it to Gandy this time, and Gandy
up the middle.
He gets a yard there. And Tomball, let's see.
Uh-oh.
He got a guy down.
You never want to see that. I mean, the game is almost over.
Yeah, you don't. Okay, we're going to take a timeout here, and we'll be back here in a moment at Harrington Stadium on NETSN.
This is where legends rise and moments are made.
They're still on his feet. Come on, he's still on his feet.
From the buzzer beaters to the game winners, we bring you the action. Raw, real, relentless. We cover every angle, every story. From the streets to the stadiums.
He's going all the way.
Your favorite athletes. Your teams.
Brook breaks some tackle. Oh my gosh.
Your passion. All in one place. New games, live shows.
Here he goes. He's got some blockers.
This is the future of sports media.
There he goes. Pick up into the secondary.
This isn't just a network. This is a movement.
Ooh, oh, he ran over the defender.
Welcome to NETSN. Game On.
Struggling with mobility, chronic pain, work, or sports injury? At Azalea Orthopedics, our team of highly trained physicians specialize in complete orthopedic care, pain management, sports medicine, physical medicine, and rehabilitation. If you've sustained a bone or joint injury, have mobility or movement problems, struggle with pain, contact Azalea Orthopedics. We're conveniently located across East Texas, serving 18 counties. When visiting your doctor, urgent care, or hospital, you have a choice. Demand Azalea. At Azalea Orthopedics, your health is our priority.
We have gone insane here at CDL Training Academy. Get your CDL fast for only $2,900. How can we do this?
Because we're a crazy boys.
Get down to Henderson now. Call or click today to get your CDL.
There's something spooky going on at Stillwater RV Resort. Tales of old coming back to haunt the guests and the locals alike. Stillwater and CDL Training Academy present the Haunted Bus Ride. Take a trip back to see the resort of old and witness the staff come to life to bring back souls that are so bold. If you dare try to ride, fright and fear will be by your side. For a mere $5, test your luck in hopes you don't get stuck. For 2 weekends only, come to Stillwater RV Resort if you dare.
Guard Country. I'm Wally Dawkins, Athletic Director at Brook Hill. Athletics is a big deal at Brook Hill. In fact, it's a really big deal. That was CJ and Samuel. They're both members of our football state playoff team. At Brook Hill, winning is the goal of competition, but that's not why we play. But we really love to win. That was Kaylee. Kaylee is the 3-time state champion in the 100-meter and 300-meter hurdles. That's Blake. Blake was a member of our state championship baseball team and our state championship soccer team. And he's coached by the Best Preps Coach of the Year, David Collins. Over 20 of our coaches are full-time employees, including our Director of Athletic Performance and Development. 2 more, sir. And that's Ben and Dallas. They're both members of our state championship baseball team. And Ben might be the next AJ Minner. We not only work to develop our students' athletic performance, but also Christ-like character, on and off the field or the court. Hey, Juliana. That was Juliana. Juliana's all orange. She played on 4 different varsity teams at Brook Hill this year. At Brook Hill, we encourage our student athletes to compete in multiple sports. That's Carmen. Carmen has over 600 career strikeouts and was our starting pitcher on this year's state champion softball team. You'll hear us say all orange all the time, and we mean it. The culture of our athletic department is unlike any other at this level. And there's Osagi and Remy, both members of our state playoff basketball teams. Do you want a championship athletic program in a Christian environment that prepares you for the next level? Then come join our team.
And back here at Harrington Stadium, it's Luke Scott taken off the field, and we don't want to speculate, obviously, what that injury is, but it is a leg injury, and his parents are here, and they're with him now, and they are headed over into Kyle Lake, and it puts a damper on this last 3 minutes of the game for sure, Vince.
Yeah, it does. You really just want that clock to run and get on up out of here.
It's 2nd and 9 for the guard after the injury. And PA is going to be hit in the backfield. And I tell you, defensively there, they shot everybody up the field as fast as they could.
A lot of pushing up there.
Yeah, it's going to be 3rd down and 11. You're right. That's sure not what you want to see here.
Nah, not now. Not now.
Tomball only has that one timeout left. The clock is at 2:40 and counting, and they're going to save that thing as long as they can, I guess. I would think this might be the one where you'd want to use it. Third down and 11. 2:23 on the clock and counting. They send Hanson in motion. The handoff goes to PA. And he breaks the first tackle. PA at the 45. PA at the 40. First down. 30, 25, 20. And he's out of bounds, but it's a first down for the guard.
Wow.
2:10 to play.
I mean, this guy is unbelievable, man.
He's easily one of my favorite players to watch.
Yeah. Wow.
Goes out of bounds. So they're rolling the clock.
You can't get him down.
Now they stop the clock. They're saying he went out of bounds. Let's see. They stopped it at 2:01. So you'll get the 2-minute warning here in a minute. After this play, 1st and 10 at the Warrior 18-yard line. I'd love to see him punch one more in there. This time it's Gandy. Gandy bobs and weaves and finds a hole down to the 15, a gain of 3.
Good strong run.
And then there's the 2-minute warning with 1:53 to play in the ball game. We're going to take another quick timeout. We'll be right back here on NETSN.
3 seconds remaining. Brook Hill 13.
Okay, back here after the 2-minute warning. 2nd down and 7 for Brook Hill with 1:53 to play in the ball game. And Gandy takes the handoff off the left side and up across the 10-yard line.
Another good strong run by Gandy.
It's going to be 3rd and less than a yard. It's pretty close to a first down. I didn't think he got that much, but he did.
Yeah.
3rd and a yard.
3rd and 1 for the guard.
So 1:35 and counting.
Reminder, Brook Hill fans, please.
They can run it down to about 1 minute and 2 seconds before they have to, or about 1:04 before they have to snap it.
Sing the fight song.
3rd and a yard. Ryle with 8 on the play clock now, 1:11 to play in the game. We'll back up. Play clock down to 3. They'll snap it. Ryle gives it to Gandy. Gandy out the right side.
We got the first down.
It's going to be, they're going to. Yeah, he got it.
Yeah.
And it's a first down for the guard, so that'll stop the clock for just a moment. And they're going to be able to kneel this thing out, Vince. And a convincing, while not necessarily explosive, but a convincing 13-0 win. As convincing as a 13-point win can be, Vince, because it felt like the score was more than 13-0 most of the game.
It really did, because, I mean, when they got that second score, you really started to feel like they can do whatever they want here.
Correct.
And so even though they didn't score again, you just felt like they didn't have to run the score up,
And they take the knee, and they do not have to run another one, Vince. And you're right. It never felt 13-point close.
No, you never felt threatened at any. I mean, the realest threat was the beginning of the game when they got down to the I believe they were around the 20.
Yep.
And didn't get in. So from that point on, you just really didn't feel like you were threatened. And so I feel like, I know it would look nice if the score was 55-0.
For sure.
But it kind of felt like that because, you knew they could get what they wanted whenever they wanted.
In town tonight.
You know, and I just honestly, like, you know more than I do, because I mean, you've been down there on that field. It just is like they just said, let's figure out what works and what doesn't work. Let's try a few things, you know.
And I hate that I didn't keep track of possessions. I bet Brook Hill didn't have the ball, what do you think, 8 times in the whole game?
No, not 8.
I don't even think it was 8. And so here's the thing, right? Like, you ran the ball well. You moved the football all night long. You didn't finish some drives. You missed a field goal opportunity. I mean, just things like that, right? That the score could have been better. But I tell you what, there was just a moment. You even said it in the second quarter. There was a moment where it felt like Brook Hill just took the game away from them, and it was they weren't going to have a chance to win the game. So 13-0, the final. Brook Hill wins, and they finish their home portion of the schedule. They'll be on the road a Halloween night next Friday at Bishop Dunn, and then finish on the road at Brentwood Christian. They moved to 5-3 on the year, a chance to go to 7-3 overall, and they'll have a playoff game here in a couple of weeks, and we'll be excited to see what happens. But Vince, man, look, I'm glad you were here tonight.
I'm glad I was here too.
It felt
good.
It did, and you got to see PA. I told you about him before the game.
Wow.
And he put on a show tonight. Probably one of his best performances. You're right. I bet it's close to 200 yards, if not over.
Yeah.
And I mean, he had 100 on his first 4 or 5 carries, right?
Yeah. Absolutely.
So the fight song plays. Brook Hill wins 13-0. And we will see you next week here on NETSN for Brook Hill football. For Vince Johnson, for Braden up on the camera, as Jeremy Hubbard saying so long. We'll see you next week.
All right. Peace.
Williams fights through the yards, breaks some tackles. Williams still on his feet. Williams breaks another tackle. Here he goes. He's got some blockers. Sam Williams, he ain't going to catch him. Touchdown, God. 59-yard touchdown run on 3rd and 2 for Sam Williams.
They get set early, very quickly here. Play clock down to 3. Dixon gets it off, low snap. Pickram up the middle, and there he goes. Pickram into the secondary. Pickram is going to go. He is gone. Touchdown. Macho steps up in the pocket, and he gets away from one tackler, avoids another tackler, tries to run. He's still on his feet. Camacho's still on his feet. He's still running. Camacho, goodness gracious, he's still going. Camacho, is he going to score? Wow. Touchdown. Quick pass. Brook adjusts and intercepted, and he caught it.
He's coming back. He's coming back.
He's going all the way.
Oh, my God. No,
it's Taylor.
Just let him go. Just let him go.
And a pick 6.
Kind of stalled him out here. Brisbane got Stewart with a little.
Oh, he ran over the defender. The helmet coming off. Holy man.
Quarterback Smith. And Smith's in the gun. He's going to go back to pass. Goes out to his left. He's got a man open. It's Brook again. Caught. Brook breaks some tackle. Oh my gosh. He's still on his feet. He's inside the 10. Touchdown, Arp. What? Here we go. 1st and 10. They're going to throw it outside. They're going to double pass here. Going deep. That's Man Scott. What a catch by Man Scott. It's a one-handed grab. He's going to go almost the whole way. Just tackle at the 1. Highlight reel right there for Man Scott. Oh, my goodness, Jason.
I don't think you'll see anything like that.
Woo!
That's not an East Texas highlight reel. That's Sports Center right there.
Man, oh, man. What a catch.